Are we clear? Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Can somebody send me SDK?
If you open the chat in the room,
it'll be the regular SDK that we've always used once she switches over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I sent the wrong screen key in a rush. Sorry. Yeah, just swap over, get back up as quick as you can. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Try to go to the damn. Hang on, I'm trying to go into the Discord right now.
All right.
Okay.
And I believe that we are back online, Jake, and I think we've got all of our technical issues worked out, and we're on the proper stream, and we're getting ready to go racing here in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, we'll see what we got. Obviously, we already saw some drivers working their ways around. Sorry for the issues, folks, but we'll get you lined up and hopefully be able to show you some killer racing here tonight. Obviously, Charles, we talked about this. I mean, obviously, check this out right here. This is a drag strip. This is literally a damn drag strip right here on the front stretch. Here is Sonoma. This place has got it all, really. I mean, it's got your NASCAR racing, your road car racing, GT, all that stuff. And then you got your drag racing. What they need is a damn dirt track smack dab in the middle of it, but they haven't figured out how to put that in there yet.
Apparently not, but it seems like this would be a good place for it. There's a lot of dry grass and dirt all over the outside of this track, and it seemed like it'd be a pretty easy fit to work something in somewhere. I completely agree with you, and but yeah, a lot of stuff here. Obviously, we talked about NASCAR has ran here for as long as I can remember. That's 25 plus years, and that's not my age. That's just how long I've been watching racing. And Indy car as well. GT cars run here. The Trans Am series comes here. So yeah, and the drag I don't know, Summer Nationals, I think maybe is the drag racing event that's here, but yeah, even the drag cars run here. So I mean, you got a little bit of everything. Probably some dirt bikes out here as well. Probably just or bike racing of some type.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different things, obviously, with this place right now. They're sitting in a warm-up right now with 5 minutes in that warm-up session. Gives them a chance to kind of get out there, get an idea.
About 3 seconds slower
obviously, for how this track's going to feel, obviously. And, 91 degrees on the track temp, 75 in the air, so nothing really out there, I guess you could say, Charles. I mean, usually, down here in California, or over here in California, I should say. I'm, from Georgia. So over here in California, with the sun beating down and everything, you would expect that track temp to kind of be way up here, right here at the start of June. But currently it's kind of cool right now. So, and another thing too, Charles, there's probably a lot of guys that are watching this race that are going to be in the truck race later on this evening, probably watching this race and kind of sitting there getting an idea maybe for what the track, what the air temp is, and kind of get an idea for the braking points, all that stuff. And I mean, odds are they've been practicing all damn week, so they ought to have an idea, but still, they're probably checking this out, just trying to get a feel for what the other series is doing here in Flaming Karma.
Yeah, probably so. It's probably not a bad idea either, is, these cars and the trucks are going to perform fairly similarly. I mean, obviously, not the same performance. I think the trucks probably got a little more horsepower, probably a little less downforce on the back, it's going to make life a little difficult. It's going to be real easy to spin up those rear tires, and it's going to be real tough to get this car woed up into these braking zones. And it's just going to be a bad day for a lot of these drivers. Unfortunately, it's just going to be a lot of work, even though it's a short race, 25 laps. As you see the 6 car go off there into the barrier, that's what you're going to see a lot of tonight is drivers just making small mistakes here and there, going to be off the track. This track, as you said, not real hot, but it is kind of greasy. Kind of dusty from the environment that we're in, so it's still going to make life a little miserable for these cars. And you see that 82 car trying to work his way around, and the rear just wants to come around to the front.
thing, you know, also about this, Charles, I mentioned this last week as well. I mean, you see drivers right there, 82, Mike Burgess, one of those guys tie up in the points, having issues. Damn, he just hit the wall and just spun it on around. Why not? But a lot of guys come into gals, obviously with Nicole Crystal out there as well. A lot of drivers, I should say, come into this race, come into these kinds of races, you know, here at Sonoma or Watkins Glen or you know, what have you, a road course, and their mindset is just to survive. Just keep it on the racetrack. Doesn't matter where you finish, just keep it on the racetrack, because somebody's going to drive off the track. Somebody's going to wreck. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. So, folks, if you want to see a car wreck, kick back here in about another minute and a half when we go green. You will see a virtual race car wreck. But that's one of the keys, I guess, that I've always looked at when I was racing on iRacing, and obviously as well here, is keep it on the track. Just survive, finish all the laps. If you go down laps, screw it. But don't wreck the car. Finish on with all 4 tires on the asphalt, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to have a good night.
Yep, absolutely right. Yeah, if you just keep it on the gray stuff, I think you're going to do pretty well tonight. You know, the thing about iRacing that maybe not a lot of people realize is that you got a lot of free cars. You know, once you bought the track, you own the track forever. But you've got a lot of free cars that you can bring out here and just practice with, and just kind of learn the track. Jump into like a Mazda MX-5 or jump into one of the lower power cars and just get out here and run laps and get a feel for it. And then you know, add a little horsepower to it. Jump in your ARCA car. Or maybe a late model or something, and get out here and just do a few more laps and just kind of build yourself up and get that practice in, get the repetition, because that repetition is going to pay dividends. It doesn't matter what kind of car you got underneath you. If you know where you're going here on this track and you get a good feel for it, it just makes life a little bit easier here. And but you know, like I said, it's going to be a stern test. This is not an easy track to drive. I have the opportunity to drive several different makes and models here, and I've always found the grass at some point in time during a race.
Well, I'll just be honest with you, Charles. I mean, nothing against this course, nothing against Sonoma, nothing against the state of California, but I hate this track. It just, I mean, the racing always turns out good, but I cannot drive here to save my life. If there's any road course, it's either going to be the Roval or Watkins Glen. Other than that, if it's a road course, I freaking hate it. But here we go, getting it lined up for the first race of the night. Starting on the pole, we saw him a while ago, putting down a pretty good heater, and he did. Russ Martin Jr., RMJ, going to be starting on the front row with Andrew Schuler. Both of those drivers, Chevy and Ford, side by side. Stephen Linder, there's Andrew Cowart, 5.56 in the house. Be rolling off in the 4th spot, 3rd and 4th, a couple of Chevrolets there as well. Gerald Poole in the 9. The man, the myth, the legend, here with Flaming Karma Sunday Night Doubleheader Series. You're rolling off from the P5 spot, and your point leader coming in tonight is Ryan Warp rolling off from P6. Craig Jennings be right there behind him. He'll be on the outside of that row number 4, but his inside is going to have William Hawker. Got a Chevy and a Ford. Killer paint schemes. I mean, kind of look bland, but still killer paint schemes. Now, Timothy St. Jean is rocking it with the Fallout paint scheme. Gotta love the Fallout paint scheme. Any of you out there are Fallout fans, holler at us live in the Motormouth broadcast and chat. And obviously Mike Burgess sitting in the 10th spot. We got 2 more. I'll just run them through real quick. It's John White and Nicole Crystal, 12 drivers here tonight. Charles, I know we usually go 1 through 10 and you get the back end, but I was like, well, there's 2 of them. So, I mean, I didn't want to kind of put you on a bad spot, but 25 laps. 25 laps, Charles, is what they're going to be doing, obviously, here tonight. 25 laps, 15 laps on the fuel. And they do get a quick repair. Charles, I'm gonna put you on the spot right here. How many of them is going to have to burn that fast repair before the race is over with?
Out of the 12, probably half. Probably half. Yeah, I think so. I think it's just a tough track. I think it's just going to be difficult to get 25 laps here. These tires are going to wear, and you're going to feel, as hard as it is at the start, it's going to feel just miserable at the end once you're on those final few laps, just trying to get this thing done. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's all part of racing. You kind of learn from it. Good thing you do have the quick repair. You can use it. Get your spare car out, pull that out of the hauler, and jump back in and finish off the race. But we did hear from 25 laps, no cautions tonight here in the ARCA race. So we're going to go green flag from start to finish, and we'll see how this all shakes out. Looks like that NASCAR pace truck is bringing them around here. We get this race underway.
Yeah, absolutely. And, one thing you just mentioned right there, obviously, no cautions. As you mentioned, they get that one fast repair. They don't get any cautions, no full course deals in this. So, once again, back to my point that I was saying, keep it on the track. You survive, you're going to have a good night. But who is going to get the bragging rights to get the very first road course win of the season for the Flaming Karma Sunday Night Doubleheader Series? They worked their way through the hairpin all the way down, fixing to make a hard left. Not that hard, but it's going to be hard enough to get us going here tonight. Flaming Karma Sunday Night Doubleheader. We're in wine country, baby. We're going literally high dollar style, baby. We're drinking the wine here tonight with them. And green flags in the air. Russ Martin Jr. dives off into one, into two, up the hill, hangs the ride. Schuler trying to latch right on. Watch for a couple of them getting into the pool. Almost ended up running over your point leader, Rod Warp. But so far, so good. Charles, they're working their way on down through here and keeping it clean so far.
Yeah, so far you saw the big checkup there at the top of the hill for turn 2, and everybody got caught, got it slowed down, and didn't see any contact. So good start to the race here. We only got a couple of people swap positions. Ryan Warp up over one spot over Gerald Poole, and Mike Burgess ahead of Timothy St. Jean, and so that's the battle of the Canadians there in 9th and 10th. So. They've swapped spots here at the start of the race, but everybody's still on the track. Looks like everybody's still single file headed down on the backstretch.
Yeah, I mean, in 25 laps here with these ARCA cars, usually you're going to get probably about a minute, maybe two, maybe about a minute and a half, possibly somewhere in that range. We'll be clicking off the times and, letting everybody know kind of what your times is looking like. But it's going to be about a minute and a half. Maybe a minute 45 seconds, give or take, here with these ARCA cars is what they're going to be looking for as they work their way down. And damn, it really does narrow up right there at that start-finish line, but they straighten it back out, keep on going. There is Warp time, obviously. That is your point leader, Ryan Warp, having a very consistent 2 weeks getting it started here with these old boys. And the thing about these, races, Charles, is there is no playoff system. You look at the schedule, you look at everything that they got going on, it's straight points. There is no playoffs. There's nothing like that. As they're getting a little bit interesting back there, Charles. Oh, wow, we got a couple of them off the track.
Yeah, well, Schuler got sideways there on the side of the track. You see him just run wide coming out of turn 2 or turn 3 and gets it back on the track, but obviously a lot of junk on his tires, catches that curb, and nobody hits him as far as I can see. Looks like everybody's through. Yeah, so it looks like everybody got through clean. So no use of the fast repairs yet, but you obviously see that little section of track right there coming out of 3 down into 4. Very, very dangerous and very difficult to handle. As now the 54 is now climbing back on the back of the 92 Jennings, and looks like he's going to move that to the inside there, try and get that a position back there as they come through the hairpin.
About that, you also got to think about, Charles, for some of these drivers out there. Obviously, Schuler working his way around Craig Jennings right then in the 92 that you see on your screen. Craig just kind of moved out of the way and just kind of let him go. That's kind of an iffy situation when you get, you finally get a position on somebody and then somebody's going to be hauling the mail that much and that fast. It about kills you to have to just pull over and get out of the way, because if you don't, 9 times out of 10, they're going to run you over. You don't want that. As you get a little bit interesting back here with Hawker and St. Jean. See what I'm talking about right there? St. Jean able to slide down to the inside of St. Jean. But that's something, I guess, that's got to be some respect with the drivers because if you don't do that or whatever, you end up getting run over, and it didn't even work out because St. Jean ends up spinning it out.
Yeah, just jumped the curb and got the car unbalanced and tried to throw the throttle into it and just spun the car around. And we already saw Wyatt, the 83 car, he's already been in the pits and is in there now. Looks like he is getting maybe some repair work done on the car. I don't think that they're going to be short of fuel here in this race, so I think that might be in for some damage repair.
Yeah, probably a good possibility. I mean, you still got the fast repair to use, but here's another thing though, Charles. If they say they spin it out and they go on the back stretch and they spin it around so hard they hit the inside retaining wall or outside retaining wall, whatever, they hit it so hard, they have a meatball flag and they're not able to get it back to the pits. They can tow that car to get it back to the pits. Oh no! Spin it around. Was that Honker? No, that was Shooter again. Damn, that's 2 times in a row here in this race. Shooter has went around in the 54. Wow. Hard to see that. I mean, I hate to see that for Shooter. And there's Honker. Honker did go around, but we were watching Shooter go around. Everybody's going around.
Yeah, you just already see that these is already starting to struggle. A lot of these drivers, not up front. Russ Martin and Steve Linder. They've kind of checked out as we see St. Jean come around again there off the curb at that hairpin as we got another car running wide there and back onto the track. Can't quite see the number there. Is that the 45 of warp? It is indeed. So for getting just a little wide, not too bad, but obviously lose that position to Poole as Poole moves up into P4.
Remember what I said about dirt track? I think we're already going to get half and half out of this already. We got half of them running on the asphalt and the other half running in the dirt and the grass and sliding around, just trying to keep it straight out here as well. But back to what I was talking about, the towing. Yeah, I mean, you can tow and go straight back to the pits, and then you get the fast repair. It doesn't take like 5 seconds, maybe, or if that, to give you a brand new car. The problem is depending on how far you are away from the pits or honestly, whatever iRacing wants to give you as far as the penalty goes, it could be 2.5 minutes, it could be 3 minutes, it could be 50 seconds, it could be 10 seconds. You know, I honestly, I don't know how that works out. iRacing, basically, I guess they throw crazy numbers up on that. But but when you tow, it is going to put a penalty on you rather than you just pulling it in there. So maybe that's what John White did. And out of that, I'm not sure. He's still sitting in the pits. He might have just called it a night.
He may have. You see the 83 car sitting there on pit road and does not look like it's in any hurry to get moving again. He's already been there 3 minutes as we moved here back to Russ Martin, the 91 in the lead. Smooth going, start from the front, just check out. And that's exactly what he's done. Already 3.7 second lead over the 88 car there running in second place.
Yeah, I believe Mr. Rumpshaker just sent me a message, said he's pretty much just going to kick back and watch them here tonight, pretty much is what he said. So we're just going to he's just going to watch these guys roll around and try to make it work. But he did start. That's the main thing, Charles, because there is a lot of drivers that we've seen throughout the season. I mean, it's only 2 races in, but some of these drivers that we've been seeing, some of them, they ain't showed up. Some of them didn't even show up. Some of them just said, you know what, we'll just sit on the sidelines because it's a road course. Wyatt come out and attempted to come out here and race, so he's still going to get points. He put a lap down, so he's going to get points, and he could jump some of those drivers that did not make an attempt to come out here and race. Think about the Essenbergs. I talked about them a while ago. Essenbergs was up there at the top of the standings. You see them right there, Joseph and Gerard. I mean, he could leap up there and get some points because they're not getting any points. Conant, he's not there as well. So a couple of drivers right there, he can easily be able to leap as you see Cowart getting sideways.
Yeah, you see him coming back on from that just off the track there, coming out of the hairpin. As he's just being a little adventurous here. Is got a good run there by the 45 coming up the hill into 2. Gets a good corner there. And not quite enough as 556 Cowart got a good run out of 2 through 3 and 3A here as we come back over the hill, head on the downhill down into that tricky turn 4. as looks like everything is going pretty well so far. So it looks like Coward's problem was back over on the back half of the circuit. So we'll have to keep an eye on that the next time they come around here, as the 45 is closed that gap down. But I'm just looking at the intervals up there, and those top two, Martin Jr. and Linder, Linder's 3 seconds off the lead, but they've got a 15+ second gap back to P3.
Yeah, I mean, and Linder actually has kind of closed it in a little bit. I mean, it was sitting around 3.5, then it drops down, it gets to about 3.2, and then at one point it got down to 2.7. Just, how it kind of fluctuates when they go through the corners, because obviously, Russ Martin, obviously, he is off the gas. Linder's on the gas coming in, and then it kind of evens back out once Martin gets on the gas and Linder's getting off the gas, and just, I mean, it kind of evens out, but he is staying with him. Linder is staying with him.
Yep.
Think about this. They still got to make a pit stop. 15 laps in. What do you think, Charles? Probably split down the middle. I mean, they can go 15 laps on a tank of gas. What do you think? Split down the middle? And what do you think about tires? Take tires or no take tires? What do you think?
I don't know. I guess if you felt like you were comfortable on your way in to get your fuel, then you might want to just go with fuel only. But some of these guys are going to want, say some of these drivers are going to want tires when they come in. So you may see a mixed bag. It may be, if I'm comfortable, I may go for no tires and just take on my fuel. But if I'm not, then I probably want to go ahead and get some brand new Goodyears put on this car. And so that way I'm going to feel a little better for a couple laps anyway, until those tires start wearing as well. But yeah, it is one of those that I think it's going to be a lot of mixed strategy. I don't know that I'd go 2. I think I'd either go none or 4. I don't think 2 buys you that much here on a track like this.
Nah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's either going to be 4 or none. And I have seen guys where they would sit there and say, you know what? Let's not even take tires. Let's just take gas. Let's take enough. Let's make it all the way to the end. And that's a 50-50 deal. Honestly, Charles, I've seen guys take, just take no tires and they'll be able to cruise on home and take it. Granted, the guy behind them took tires and still kind of run them down, but he never passed him. Then I've seen guys where they didn't even take tires, just filled it up, and they blew it. Like, I mean, the other guy was just that damn fast on 4 fresh tires and just ran him down and passed him. Like you see right here as well with Craig Jennings going sideways, getting out in the grass, and Hawker there as well. So we are closing in on that area of about 15 laps, give or take. So they could split it. They could run it all the way to 15. It depends on how they're doing it. We see right here, Craig Jennings kind of having a quiet night. He kind of went up, and then he went down. And then he went up, and then he went back down. He's like that graph. I always talk about it, Charles. That's like the Price is Right graph. Literally, the mountain guy, whatever. You know what I'm talking about, the little mountain guy, whatever. That's the graph that I always look at, is like the Price is Right graph. We see 3 of them going right here: Poole, Cowart, and Ryan Warp. Don't count out Schuler back there. He's got sideways spun around earlier. He's trying to get back into this, he's trying to get back into the hunt.
Yeah, absolutely. Schuler is trying to close that gap down. That is the closest battle on track currently. You got, actually, I take that back, as Martin Jr. is now, that gap is closed significantly. It's down to 2.5 seconds back to Linder. So Linder's found himself a little bit of pace here, and is starting to close that gap down to the leader. But yeah, that battle from P3 to P6 is pretty tight as well. And this could shake up in a hurry. It just takes one car to run a little wide, and the next thing you know, there's a lot of drama behind as guys start opening their eyes and paying attention here. Trying to avoid any potential wrecks there from other cars. So you see that gap now closing a little bit more, as Cowart closing down on Poole as they run down into pit entry and then into the hairpin itself here to end up the lap. And look at that 556 car really close that gap down, and looks like Warp and Schuler are trying to do the same thing behind them.
Yeah, I mean, and another thing I love watching here on these road courses is you see some movement going on. Purge just kind of sliding out of the way, making room. Obviously, that is Linder trying to run down Martin Jr., RMJ. Another thing I love watching is some of these guys that go into the corner and they drive it in like a dirt car on these road courses. Like literally, the whole back end's kind of stepping out, and then when they're getting on the gas, you gotta not crack that egg. I talk about it all the time. Don't crack the egg up under the throttle. Crack the whole front end of it. 9 goes around. Gerald Poole hard in the inside retaining wall coming down the hill. And he just got literally passed by a Coward. Obviously, Warp gets by him. Shooter gets by him as well. Poole goes down to the 6th spot. I talked about him getting sideways, but you don't want to be that sideways when you're Gerald Poole, because 9 times out of 10 it causes some kind of issue. He's going to have to go down pit road like now. Probably a little bit earlier probably than what he wanted to. He's going to have to go down pit road and easily have to burn that fast repair right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's exactly what we're going to see here. And he actually stays out. So he feels like the car is okay to go. He's going to keep it going around for as long as he can there as he works his way out of the hairpin down to the start-finish line. But obviously, as we said, just went from 3rd to 6th in a heartbeat. It just took one corner. But the good thing about this is as the 45 goes around as well, coming over the hill and manages to catch it, but obviously he's going to drop back down into 5th. So drop the 45 down, and it's like he might get passed by Poole as well. And he is absolutely going to get past there as they come back over to overturn 3A and down toward 4. So the 45 drop him down to 6, Poole up to 5th. As I was going to say that front end damage not necessarily terrible here on this track. It's not like we're at a big draft track that aero performance is going to be that big of a deal. We're on a road course, so he might get some steering, little different feel from the steering, from understeer or something like that. But for by and large, I don't think it's going to affect him just too bad. And I'm just kind of watching the lap times, and a lot of these guys are running pretty close to their fastest laps of the race here in the mid pack.
Yeah, but the only thing you really got to worry about is, Coward, Ed Schuler, here they go. They're going for the 3rd. Now going for the 2nd spot as Linder actually jumps down pit road. It's Coward and Schuler going to slide by. 82, Burgess pulls out of the way, lets them go. Got a little bit of hair raising right there going up the hill, going into 1 and 2. But talking about the front end and everything, it might have a different handling. But also with some of these high speeds, Schuler, shoot it right on the inside. Might have caught Coward sleeping. Coward tries to go. Both of them go off into the grass, coming down the hill. Coward gets sideways, hitting the grass. He's going to be able to hold on to it. That could have been absolutely detrimental for the 5.56, but he's able to straighten it out. Woo, baby, hard racing. But the other thing I was trying to talk about, because I told y'all, action, baby, action here in Sonoma. The front end, if it's crinkled up, if it's bad like that, some of these guys, they get into those high-speed areas down the back, going however. It can raise that oil and that water temp up, so they got to be careful with that and watch that, manage it, make sure they don't blow the engine up, because then you really have to burn the fast repair. Yeah,
absolutely, and that's one you don't want. That's one reason you don't have to take a fast repair is a blown motor somewhere about as far away from pits as you can be. As we see the 5.56 and the 54 coming in for their pit stop, so they're coming around now, and just a very pretty straightforward. It's just a loop around. As we see the 54, you're going to get a replay, losing the rear of the car again there on that curb at the hairpin. And you see how difficult that is, to manage here in these ARCA cars.
Yeah, I mean, not only these ARCA cars, hell, it could be any of them. To be honest with you, might see it in the second race of the night in the trucks. You see Cowart and others trying to slide down pit road. A couple of others trying to work their way out. Very, very tricky as far as the pit road goes here. As long as it is. Look at Cowart right there coming right on out. I think he might have took the gamble, baby. I think he might have took gas. Yes, he did. Andrew Cowart coming in at a little under 8 seconds. Linder, Martin, they took gas and tires. Schuler looks like he might have took gas as well. He went in. He was about 10 seconds on his. Honker took gas, so he was at just 7 as well. Timothy St. Jean, he has yet to make that pit stop as well, but some of them are taking that strategy. Take 4, or take just gas. You see it right there. Actually, it looks like Shooter might have took 2 tires right there. Oh, wow, Charles, we were talking about don't take 2 tires. Shooter said, screw it. I've spun around enough tonight. Why don't I just go ahead and throw 2 on it and just see if it'll work?
Yeah, and I'm going to guess those are left side tires. I think that's the prevalent tire here. You're doing a lot of hard right-hand corners, so I'm going to guess that's lefts only. And I guess that's okay, but once again, that's just, it throws a little imbalance in here in a car that's you're already kind of struggling with on this track. So I don't know that I would do that. But I'm not out here driving. I'm just sitting here talking about this. We got the 81 coming in for his stop now. And this is St. Jean, so he's going to come in and get his stop done, and he'll be the last car, and then we'll be green to the end here with no more expected pit stops with just about 11 laps to go.
Absolutely, and that pretty much seals the deal as far as pit stops go. So 11 to go, everybody should be able to easily make it. It's just if they're going to be able to survive and keep all 4 wheels on the gray stuff, which is the asphalt, not put it in the green and brown stuff. Honestly, I mean, you got grass and everything going on right here. Here's going to be the big factor. Schuler, he took 2. Cowart took gas. Here's what I wanted to see right here. Well, somebody taking gas and the other one taking 2 tires. How's this going to work out? Schuler right up on his back door coming around this time with 10 to go. Schuler is there, ran him down, trying to go for the podium spot, get the 3rd out of it. And check it out also. Look over there on that left side. Martin Jr. still has that lead. Linder actually done the undercut. He went in a lap before Russ Martin Jr., RMJ. He has closed that gap, not by much. Oh, wow. Schuler shoots it down on the inside right there in the hairpinner. Oh, baby, Schuler trying to go now. Cowart's going to have to do something with those tires. That's not what you want to do.
That's not what you want to do as the 5.56 goes around. Just trying to get back on throttle, and you see them light the rears up. And that is the effect of 15-lap-old tires.
Once again, we see it right here. Watch this. Look like Cowart tried to get on the gas and tried to stay with him. Not able to do it. Just cracked the egg, as I was talking about, Charles. Cracked the egg just a little bit too much. Spun her around. So, I mean, everybody's pretty much done it tonight. Honestly, other than Russ Martin Jr., everybody has. Linder, I don't think he has, but I know Schuler, Poole, Cowart, they have. I believe Ryan Warp, I believe he has had his issues tonight. Everybody's had issues except for the front 2 guys, which have been pretty much lighting it up and rolling. As we are we're in single-digit numbers now with 9 laps to go here for the first race of the evening here tonight at Sonoma. Make sure y'all hit the like and hit the subscribe button here with Motormath Broadcasting. Keep up with everything going on with Flaming Karma. Got all kinds of other stuff going on. NASCAR Throttle Nation Series. Obviously, will be the Wednesday nights. Getting ready to get back at it this coming Wednesday night. So obviously, just hit the like, hit the subscribe. Keep up with everything going on here with Flaming Karma, and obviously with Motormath Broadcasting.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just kind of thinking about that replay we saw there from Cowart. It just looked like he may have had his right side tires on that inside curbing, that red and white curbing, which is serrated. So I wonder if that was enough to just kind of reduce his traction, which helped cause him to spin coming out of that final corner. As we're going to get a replay here. This is the 54 of Andrew Schuler. That looks like that's wide, and it is indeed. As I just couldn't quite make that corner, but gets it back on. Lost a couple of tenths there, trying to get that back on the track, but no harm, no foul, no contact with anything, and was able to safely rejoin.
Yeah, safely rejoin, but he did lose a spot at all that. Gerald Poole able to slide by him, take hold of the 3rd spot. Schuler just trying to get back to where the hell he started, which is in the 2nd spot, but it's going to be a long climb from there. Watch it again right here. Schuler tried to get up on Cowart. See what happens. Oh, a little bit of contact, sending Cowart around. I don't know if we got beef right there or not, Charles. I'm not 100% on that, if we've got to have beef or not, but I'm sure Cowart's not going to be too happy about that. But, I mean, hey, it is what it is, I guess. There you see 91 going by. There goes Linder. And they are kind of closing up a little bit. He sees him. He sees the carrot dangling in front of him, Charles. He's trying to get there and do everything he can to get there. He can see him At least he's got something to chase now, but he's got to keep a level head.
He does indeed, and he's just got to he's got to just run a good lap here, good apexes. Don't take too much of those curbs, just to unsettle the car. And but he is as close as he's been in a while here, right at the 2-second mark. Is just that took that a little bit wrong there, lost a couple of tenths coming through the final hairpin there. But he's back on it again, and I think I guess the answer to your question is if there's any beef or not. If they get back close to each other on the track, I think we'll figure that out. But as long as they're 7 or 8 seconds apart from each other, I don't think we'll know until after the races. It looks like the 45 there of Warp maybe just had a little bit of trouble coming out of turn 3A there and down the hill, but it looks like he's got things right as he's working his way around. This is, I believe, turn 5 or turn 6, that almost kind of an open hairpin there, and it looks like he's got things back underway and running down here, and he is about 7 seconds behind Hawker. And a pretty sizable gap back to Timothy St. Jean. So no harm in no potential there for losing a spot, but so he's got to be aware obviously as we get these last 7 laps under our belts here. These tires, for the ones who didn't take, these tires are just going to keep degrading, and you're going to get slower and slower. You're going to have to be a little more patient there through these corners to make sure that car gets through there successfully, and you don't spin the car on exit, as we've seen several times tonight.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, and you just got to be able to hold on to what you got. Linder still trying to run him down, got it under 2.5 seconds, and he does have Burgess kind of separating the gap just a little bit right there, kind of separating your leaders. So we'll see what Burgess does. Burgess has been pretty good so far here tonight. We've seen him a couple times just kind of pull right out of the way when guys coming up behind him a little bit faster. We'll see what Burgess decides to do right here. Kind of hard spot right there to get him. Yeah. Probably going to let him know right here to maybe get him in this corner. Maybe not, though. Still going to stay in front of Linder. Linder's still trying to find a way, possibly get around him. Either that or holler at Burgess, get out of my way, son. I'm trying to get up here and race for the win and try to get up here and battle with old RMJ. Now he looks down to the inside, goes back to the outside. Martin, oh, wow, 82 Burgess, still sideways in front of him, will not get out of his way. This may kill the 88's chances trying to run down that 91. That right there may be beef out of that, and he is still there. He finally locks it up, gets out of the way. Linder has lost a lot of time on that right there. I think RMJ might have just got this race give to him. Maybe not give to him, but, I mean, he pretty much did right there, honestly.
Yeah, I think if there was assists recorded, I think that would be considered one there. It just basically doubled that gap. It's almost 6 seconds now. So Linder has got his work cut out for him here. He's got 5 laps to make up 6 seconds. And I don't know that's possible the way Russ Martin's been driving tonight. I think it's going to be very difficult to track that kind of time down unless something bizarre happens. We've seen in lots of different races that sometimes just weird stuff happens, and it could just be a half spin here or there and the next thing you know, those cars are back together. But Linder has started closing that gap back down to under 5, and so he is doing what he can do to try and get back on the back of 91.
Yeah, he's trying to do what he's got to do, try to see if he can get back there, but he's still got a hell of a hill to climb. You see Nicole Crystal actually have a little bit of damage on the left front of her machine, possibly spun it around, hit the inside retaining wall one way or another. Now she's going to start letting some of these drivers slide on by. And Nicole hadn't really had the night that she wanted as far as so far here tonight at Sonoma, but this is one of those things like I was talking about, Charles. Got 4 laps to go here in the race. This is one of those deals where you're either good at road courses or you're not. I mean, it is what it is. And, I've been up front on this 100%. I suck at them. So I'm not sitting here saying, well, wish we, would see, some drivers do better and everything, because I know how hard it is to get around these road courses at a fast pace. By all means, hey, if you finish the race, if you're able to make it to the end, by all means, take it and run with it. Be happy with it and just carry on and just go on to next week and just be happy. That would be my say out of it. But hey, you soldiering on, baby. You soldiering on. It takes a lot of grit and determination. If I said that word right, it takes a lot of grit and determination to carry on, in situations like this.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's exactly what Nicole's doing. As I was watching the replay there, you can see front end damage on the car, maybe a little toe out on that left front, and she's still driving it, and she's taking her time, and she's just trying to be smooth out there and trying to hit the marks, and she's done a pretty good job, and she's once again just trying to get the race done. As I think she's coming back into the pits now to probably get some repairs. And let's see, I don't know if she's got her user fast repair yet or not, so we'll have to see if that's the case, or if she's going to spend a few extra minutes in there getting that car repaired. But you can see, yeah, a lot of damage on the front of that car. It's just a drive-through, so she's just driving through and headed back out on the track, going to finish this race, and that's what you have to do if you want the points. You got to get that back out. You got to get out there and you got to run the laps.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said a while ago, talking about like with John White as well. Nicole actually out here on the racetrack doing what she's got to do as well. I mean, talked about some of those guys like the Essenbergs not showing up. This is points that she is gaining on the Essenbergs not being here. Not only the Essenbergs not being here, but other drivers not being here as well. So you're here, try to make the most of it, as we got one spinning right there coming down the hill. Essenberg. Oh, no, it's Burgess. 82, and he is stuck in the inside retaining tire barriers. See what happened to the 82.
Yeah, just as he's working his way around Crown Cressel there and got over into the dirt and on that curb and just couldn't get the car checked up in time. And as you can see, into the barrier, and kind of looks like he was maybe stuck in that barrier. But you get another look here as just runs a little wide there, trying to work his way around the 6 car, and just couldn't quite hang on to it. And you see him go around there and nose first into that inside tire barrier. And looks like that's going to be, is he back out on the track? Looks like he is still rolling. So he has got that car back headed the right direction. So he's going to be out there, run those laps and finishing himself.
Yeah, I mean, just try to get out there, just try to finish. I mean, every point is going to matter. Even though we're 3 races into the season, every point matters. And right now, all the points is going to Russ Martin Jr., still with the lead. And a little bit of help, I guess you could say, that he might have had a while ago from Linder. I'm sure he's not going to be too happy about it when we get to post-race interviews talking to Steven Linder, but we'll see how he feels about it. But Russ Martin Jr. coming around this time, going through the hairpinner down here at the bottom back end of the racetrack. Russ Martin Jr., RMJ, baby, going to slide that 91. Got Rowdy on the back of it. Obviously for Rowdy, the late, great Kyle Busch. Russ Martin Jr. coming by this time. He will take the white flag here at Sonoma. Works his way up the hill for the final time here tonight for the first race of the Flaming Karma Doubleheader Series.
Yeah, nice and steady there through turns, turn 2 into 3 and 3A. Another little rise there. Nice little clip of the curb on both apexes. Gets the car slowed down. Takes that outside curbing there on the apex on the left and in through 4. Nice little run there. Not really pushing the car very hard with a 7.5 second lead. And now we're going to hear this open hairpin here. See him not taking that inside curve. I think that caught a lot of people out, and I think maybe Martin saw that and has kind of adjusted that line through there as he works his way through the S's here on the back half of the circuit. And he's going to make this run down into the final straightaway before we get to the hairpin and the finish of this race.
And Russ Martin Jr. has basically put on a clinic tonight, took him to the woodshed, so to speak, here tonight as he works his way down in the hairpin for the final time. Comfortable, almost 7.5 second lead. He can spin it out right here. I don't think he wants to do that. He ain't going to worry about it. Coming through the hairpin, final left-hander, RMJ, pretty much smoking the field here tonight at Sonoma. Gets the win, leads, I think, honestly, every single lap. If I do say so myself, Charles, I don't think anybody else led a lap through all this. We'll have to see it for the race results here this evening. But Russ Martin Jr., there you see it. I mean, was not anywhere else at all. Russ Martin Jr. gets the win here tonight. Steven Linder will come home with second. Gerald Poole gets third. Andrew Cowart will get fourth, and William Hawker will get fifth. But what a drive by RMJ. Just like I said, he took him to the woodshed and put a good old-fashioned spanking on him.
Yeah, he absolutely did. And you kind of wonder, look at the last two laps, Linder was actually faster than Martin Jr. on the final two, so it kind of makes you wonder what could have been there if he wouldn't have got stuck behind Burgess. Would he have had a chance to maybe make up that gap and give Martin Jr. a bit of a challenge at the end of the race? But we will never know as this race is now over, and you see Nicole Kressel coming around to finish off her race as well, and she just eases her way there through the hairpin, and that's a pretty good drive of a car that absolutely was not tracking straight. So great job by Kressel there to bring that thing home almost in one piece.
She absolutely did. As there you see drivers starting to work their way down. Russ Martin Jr. gets the win as he burns it down right here on the front straightaway here at the virtual Sonoma Raceway. What a drive by RMJ. Like I said, he's going to be literally ecstatic about that one. I mean, just like I said, put a whooping on him. He will burn it down right here on the front straightaway once again. Well, here he goes, kind of coming around, maybe park it right here at the front stretch. Kind of give a little bit of a shout out to the virtual fans here tonight at Sonoma. And this has got to be big for him. You know, if there is another road course throughout the season, that will be big for him looking down through. And yeah, all the way down in August is the next road course race. August the 9th when we go to Watkins Glen. That will be interesting to say the least. And I got a feeling he will be the favorite when we get to that. Your race results here tonight, we'll line those up and see where your favorite driver finished here this evening as we see the 91 elevated on the side of it. Russ Martin Jr., 25 laps was raced and 25 laps was led. 48.88, screw it, 49 miles to say the least. No green flag lead changes. That is big right there. A goose egg in the green flag lead changes column of 0 with 1 leader, and it was Russ Martin Jr. No cautions, obviously, for no laps. Hard charger goes Gerald Poole up 2 spots. William Hawker actually got a hard charger, I guess a mini hard charger out of it, but Gerald Poole was able to finish ahead of him. That's why he gets the hard charger, both of them up 2 positions apiece. Russ Martin Jr. led the most laps. Got the fastest lap at a 1:16.296, and he got the pole as well, so he pretty much swept it here tonight. RMJ gets the win. Steven Linder will get second. Gerald Poole will finish third. We'll talk to those guys here in just a little bit. 5.56, Andrew Cowart will come on fourth. William Hawker will finish fifth. Ryan Warp gets sixth. See if he can hold on to that points lead with Andrew Schuler getting seventh. Timothy St. Jean will get eighth. Craig Jennings ninth. And Mike Burgess will get 10th with Nicole Kressel and John Wyatt. Well, let's see if we can bring up some of these old boys and see if we can give them a holler. Russ Martin Jr. is your race winner. And I don't believe I can pull him up here into the broadcast booth.
Let me see it. Oh, there we go.
Somebody did. There he is. Russ Martin Jr. RMJ gets the win here tonight. Buddy, you led every single lap, even with a pit stop in the middle of it, no cautions and everything. Talk us through this race, because honestly, you look like you was on cruise control and it looked pretty easy for you.
Well, this is one of the races I had kind of marked on my schedule for practicing and testing, and probably all throughout the week I've probably put in over 200 laps around this circuit for a 25 lap race. So I was kind of coming in with the high hopes of being able to win, if not at least a second. I mean, Steven would have given me a good battle. I'm not sure if he got caught up by some lap cars or what, but all of a sudden I seen he dropped from like 2 seconds down to like 6 or something like that. And, at that point I kind of knew that I could take it a little bit easier, really not try to force the issue and overdrive entries and stuff like that. But I mean, I think if we would have stayed clean, Steven would have gave me a run, because I think he was better than me on the front half. I think I was better than him on the back half. But overall, I mean, it was just a fun race. I mean, just really had to focus up, hit your marks, and not make any mistakes.
Charles, you got anything for him?
Yeah, I was, don't really have anything for him. I mean, that was a pretty dominant race, and you said you put in 200 laps here, and I think that's something that people should take note of. That's how you have to get good at a track, is you just have to run laps. So, what was your main focus when you were out there trying to fine tune your driving style here for Sonoma? What was your main focus? Was it braking, or was it just throttle control, or what else possibly could have been?
Well, coming into this, I really didn't put a lot of effort into stock cars at Sonoma. This is a very technical and tricky course to get around, in GT3s or anything like that, let alone 3,300 pound stock car. But I kind of focused on trying to figure out a solid line. And I mean, when I first started, I was running, like 19, 20 second, minute 19, minute 20. Andrew, I think Cohort put up a couple of practice sessions throughout the week. I jumped in with them. My teammate actually jumped in and ran with us just to get a feel. I mean, he's one of the best stock car road racers that I know. And, so he figured the track out in no time. I mean, he was running like low 15s and within 10 laps of being out here. And so he helped me a little bit. It was really about figuring out your braking points and your throttle control. I mean, it wasn't as hot as what I thought it was going to be for a track temp tonight, but it was still slick nonetheless. And it really came down to throttle control. I mean, my rear end broke loose a couple of times tonight, but at least I was able to catch it.
Yeah, I bet it did. Russ Martin, just messing with you, buddy. Russ Martin Jr. comes home with the win, second win of the season. Russ, buddy, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time. You got any sponsors, any shout outs you want to thank?
Yeah, I mean, all the guys back there, elevated performance. I got it right this week and didn't shout out my whole team, but John for stepping in and helping me practice this track this week. I mean, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have been able to find another 2 or 3 seconds that I found. So, but yeah, all the guys back there at Elevated, you guys up in the booth for putting on a hell of a broadcast every week. Look forward to going back and watching it. I mean, I've watched, my first win there from last week about 17 times so far in the last week. So, and then, Gerald and all the guys here at FKRL for putting all this on for us.
Russ Martin Jr.'s second win of the season, 2 in a row. Will he make it 3 in a row? We'll have to find out next week. Russ, buddy, congratulations on the finish. On the win, I should say, appreciate your time. We'll see you at Martinsville short track racing next Sunday night.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
That was Russ Martin Jr. Gets the win here tonight, and dominating fashion, to say the least, as well. And we'll see if we can move him down, see if we can slide Mr. Linder up here. Stephen Linder gets the P2 here tonight. And Stephen, buddy, congratulations on the P2 here tonight. I got to ask, you know where I'm going with this. I think everybody knows where I'm going with this. Talk about the contact with you and Cowart, because we saw a little bit of interesting stuff going on with you and Cowart. Actually, no, that was Shooter. My bad. Anyway, both of y'all's cars kind of looked the same there for a second. But anyway, buddy, congratulations on the run. Did you have anything from Martin, or did it kind of fall away when Burgess might have held you up a little bit?
No, I didn't have anything even before lap traffic. He really had, even just when there was no cars around us, I wasn't gaining. I think I got to 3 seconds, and that was like where it stopped. And then he was getting around lap traffic quicker, but that wasn't a deal breaker. At that point, I was just trying to survive.
Charles, you got anything?
Yeah. So notice that you took tires as well. Was there ever a thought that maybe you could try a little sneaky and just go fuel only on your pit stop?
I was thinking about it, but the way it was feeling, the tires were hot, and I'm not very used to this track, so I was thinking, let's just survive. I wasn't trying to risk second place just for the thought to try and catch him when I already knew that his pace was going to outpace me. So.
Yep.
Stephen Linder comes home with the P2 here tonight, buddy. Congratulations on the finish. Appreciate your time. You got any sponsors, any shout outs you want to thank?
Just to you guys, Motormouth Broadcasting, and Jared and the folks for putting this on over at Flaming Karma. It's been a lot of fun. So thanks to them. And yeah.
Stephen Linder comes home with a P2. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Stephen Linder comes home with a P2 here tonight. Congratulations on the finish, buddy. Appreciate your time. We'll see you at Martinsville next week.
See you next week.
That was Stephen Linder comes home with the P2 here tonight. And we'll slide him on down and bring up the man, the myth, the legend of Flaming Karma Sunday Night Doubleheader Series with FKR. See if we can slide him on up here. And there he is. And it is Gerald Poole. Slide him on up here. Gerald, buddy, you come on with a P3 here tonight. We saw you had some issues. It wasn't the easiest drive to be able to get to a podium, but buddy, tell us about your race, because I mean, it sure looked like it was a handful.
I tell you what, I was listening a little bit before the race, and that it wasn't. I had run this track when it was hotter, and but yeah, it was. I tell you, I adjusted my brakes right before the race started, and it wanted to chatter the tires, and I just could never get around it. And then there was some stuff that happened around me and in front of me, and I had to kind of drive around, and I had my own little hiccup there. Fortunately, it was close. It wasn't much damage, and it was close to the pit stop, and we just kind of jumped back in and just hung with it until the end of the race.
Charles.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have another question for you as far as the race, but I'm looking at your livery there with the Navy Joe Coffee logo on there, and I was looking at that website earlier, and it's like, man, that coffee looks good, but there's a few of those packages that would look great on a coffee cup or a T-shirt. So I'm just going to throw that in there. So maybe you'll think about that. So
yeah, like I said, shout out to my sponsors,
for sure.
Repair the Upstate. You can find them on Facebook, and Navy Joe Coffee, man, Frank, and great coffee, great coffee. You can find them at www.navyjoe.coffee, and yeah, they got some good coffee, and man, I want to thank you guys for all you do. It was a really fun race.
It absolutely was a very, very fun race to watch, Gerald. And Gerald, I'll ask you this. You know, we were talking about this as far as the points goes and everything. I mean, you were tied with Russ Martin Jr. For fifth in the points, which I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm sad to say you will not be tied with him come next week, because he's going to be ahead of probably just about everybody in the damn field. But yeah, I mean, Gerald, was it more about surviving here tonight? Because I talked about that. Was it more about surviving and just trying to keep all four wheels on the track? Was that basically your main goal, was just to try to survive here this evening?
Yeah, it really was. I work out the fuel during the course of the week, so I've run a bunch of laps here, and I think one of the things that maybe hurt me a little bit was things seemed to be cooler with the forecast during the week than it was as today approached. It kept getting hotter and hotter. But yeah, it was just find a way. I was trying to push it, and there were a couple 3 spots where I think I was a little bit faster than everybody. But I'll tell you what, if you got through those spots a little bit too hot, like coming into the last part, coming into the hairpin, it was real easy to light those rear tires up. And that's the one thing with these General tires, I think, versus the Goodyears. The heat seems to affect them more, and if you get out there and you get rowdy on them, they get a little overheated. It takes you a lap or two to back off of them to get the temperatures down, so they have a little bit more grip and the car responds a little bit more like you're used to.
Gerald Poole coming home with the P3 here tonight. Gerald, buddy, congratulations on the finish. Appreciate your time. You got any other sponsors or any other shout outs you want to thank?
I think I got Yep, alloy wheel repair, the Upstate, obviously Navy Joe also, and then we got Country Creations. That's another sponsor of my racing team. That also was we're working on to be a bigger part of this. And man, you guys and everything you do, it's just we're first year league, or it's not my first year running a league. But man, we've got just we seem to be developing a hell of a field of drivers, and boy, I can't wait to watch this truck race next because I have some predictions. I'm going to keep them to myself right now because, nah, there's somebody in the field. I've never really seen him running a truck though. So, but there's 3 or 4 guys in there. Unfortunately, Richie Joplin's not going to be able to make it tonight because of work. He would have been one of my favorites, definitely. Because, but yeah, there's one guy in particular I'm really interested in watching tonight, and it's the 30 truck. I'm going to make my prediction.
All right.
Early. I'll go ahead and do that. But I've run with him in other leagues, head to head, and he has just a way about road courses that's kind of unbelievable. So keep an eye out for him. If you like drifting, man, you watch this guy because he knows how to drift a truck around the freaking road course.
I think I know exactly who you're talking about. I think I do. I could be wrong, but we'll see what happens when that truck race happens. Gerald, buddy, congratulations on the Phoenix. Appreciate your time. We'll see you at Martinsville next week.
10-4, man. Thank y'all.
That was Gerald Poole comes home with the P3 here tonight. And Charles, obviously, we usually take us a little bit of a break to get ourselves ready for the truck race as everything gets swapped over and everything. Charles, I'll go ahead and get your final take. A good one here tonight. We saw pretty much whatever you wanted right here. A good finish. Somebody kind of whacks everybody, and then we got your crashes. I told everybody there was going to be crashes, and we got some here tonight, Charles.
We did indeed, and it's Sonoma, and I think the drivers did a good job overall. We did have some incidents, a couple of bumps into the barriers, but overall, I think pretty fantastic racing with some good battles in that mid pack that were fun to watch. So yeah, can't wait to see what the trucks are going to bring on.
Yeah, be interesting to see what happens when the trucks take over Sonoma for their round 3. Russ Martin Jr. put a whooping on them. Led 25 of 25, literally skunked the field. Is somebody going to do that in the truck race? At the kick back and see what happens. Folks, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back live when the truck race, all of our stuff gets lined up for the truck race. So sit tight. We'll be right back. Everybody sit tight. Sonoma trucks, baby. I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
checkered haze, making that finish sound like a glory blaze. No room left, no time to breathe. Hammer down and never leave. Flaming karma, burn it down. Flaming karma, Sunday night all around. Motor mouth broadcasting, call that race, let it fly. Hold that line and let it ride. Flaming karma, here we go. Here we go. When the truck pack closes in, I dig deep and hold my grin. One more lap, one more fight. Keep that rhythm through the night. Flaming karma, burn it down. Flaming karma, Sunday night all around. Motor mouth broadcasting, call that race, let it fly. Hold that line and let it ride. Flaming karma, here we go. Ah, flaming karma, here we go. Oh, ARCA smoking, truck stop thunder. Sunday nights I pull you under. Flaming karma, full send blow. Motor mouth says, let's go. Ooh, yeah. Boot up the rig, lock in the seat. Coffee gone cold, but the night feels sweet. Load that track, line up the grid. One more Sunday, that's how we live. Arcade wheels and truck bed steel. Hands on the wheel, man, this thing feels real. Green flag drops, hear the crowd go loud. In a Simcase storm, I'm chasing the crowd. Why knuckle tight through turn 3? Don't blink, don't slide, just follow me. Flaming karma, burn it down. Flaming karma, Sunday night all around. Motor mouth broadcasting, call that race, let it fly. Hold that line and let it ride. Flaming karma, here we go. Here we go. ARCA first, then the trucks roll sweet. Load that track, line up the grid. One more Sunday, that's how we live. Arcade wheels and truck bed steel. Hands on the wheel, man, this thing feels real. Green flag drops, hear the crowd go loud. In a Simcase storm, I'm chasing the crowd. Why knuckle tight through turn 3? Don't blink, don't slide, just follow me. Flaming karma, burn it down. Flaming karma, Sunday night all around. Motor mouth broadcasting. Call that a race, let it fly. Hold that line and let it ride. Flaming karma, here we go, here we go. ARCA first, then the trucks roll through. Doubleheader heat on a blacked out fuel. Draft gets nasty, bump gets mean. Paint gets traded on the final straight scene. Names on the board, I know mine too. Every lap says what a hot shoe do. Motor mouth talking through the checkered haze, making that finish sound like a glory blaze. No room left, no time to breathe. Hammer down and never leave. Flaming karma, burn it down. Flaming karma, Sunday night all around. Motor mouth broadcasting. Call that a race, let it fly. Hold that line and let it ride. Flaming karma, here we go, here we go. When the truck pack closes in, I dig deep and hold my grin. One more lap, one more fight. Keep that rhythm through the night. Flaming karma, burn it down. Flaming karma, Sunday night all around. Motor mouth broadcasting. Call that a race, let it fly. Hold that line and let it ride. Flaming karma, here we go. Ah, flaming karma, here we go. Oh, arcade smoking, truck stop thunder. Sunday nights I pull you under. Flaming karma, full send glow. Motor mouth says, let's go. truck pack closes in, I dig deep and hold my grin. One more lap, one more fight, keep that rhythm through the night. Flame and karma, burn it down. Flame and karma, Sunday night all around. Motor Mouth broadcasting, call that race, let it fly. Hold that line and let it ride. Flame and karma, here we go. Flame and karma, here we go. ARCA smoking, truck stop thunder. Sunday nights I pull you under. Flame and karma, full send blow. Motor Mouth says, let's go. Ooh, yeah. Boot up the rig, lock in the seat. Coffee gone cold, but the night feels sweet. Load that track, line up the grid. One more Sunday, that's how we live. Arcade wheels and truck bed steel. Hands on the wheel, man, this thing feels real. Green flag drops, hear the crowd go loud. In a Simcase storm, I'm chasing the crowd. Why knuckle tight through turn 3? Don't blink, don't slide, just follow me. Flame and karma, burn it down. Flame and karma, Sunday night all around. Motor Mouth broadcasting, call that race, let it fly. Hold that line and let it ride. Flame and karma, here we go, here we go. ARCA first, then the trucks roll through. Doubleheader heat on a blacked out fuel. Draft gets nasty, bump gets mean. Paint gets traded on the final straight scene. Names on the board, I know mine too. Every lap says what a hot shoe do. Motor Mouth talking through the checkered haze, making that finish sound like a glory blaze. No room left, no time to breathe. Hammer down and never leave. Flame and karma, burn it down. Flame and karma, Sunday night all around. Motor Mouth broadcasting, call that race, let it fly. Hold that line and let it ride.
Back at it here at Sonoma. Flaming Karma Sunday night doubleheader series. This is going to be the second race. This is when the trucks have their say on the 1.96 screw it. It's 2 miles road course. We'll see what happens. See how they turn it out here tonight. Redneck National Jake Reeves, my good buddy Charles Boschel, and as well as our lovely producer, Miss Omet, giving you the camera angles and everything. Charles, I'm saying that right. Boschel?
It's Boschel. It's Boschel.
Boschel.
You had it right. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, all right, let's go with that then. That works. We'll see what happens. Is you got guys still out there popping some practice laps down. And one thing I will say, which, Charles, is fake news, because if you joined us in the ARCA race, at the end of the ARCA series race, Gerald Poole called out the truck, said he's going for the number 30 truck. I don't see a 30 truck out here. I do not see the first 3-0 truck. I see a 3, which is obviously Olazia, and that's about it. And I see a 31, a Harley Barletta. But other than that, I don't see a 30 truck, so I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't get it, but I don't understand where the 30 truck is. I mean, do you see one, or am I missing something here?
I've been kind of looking, waiting to see if it's going to pop in, and I haven't seen it yet either. So Mr. Gerald Fake News Poole, told us a little bit of a field there at the end of the ARCA race, so we had to get on him after this.
Gonna throw it to him. Why not? We got beat. Threw the fake news right there at us. Hey, he might show up about halfway through qualifying, whoever that 30 is. But we'll see what happens. Qualifying is in session. 10 minutes on the clock for qualifying. There you see Olazia, obviously in the number 3. His teammate, obviously, Robbie Adams in the 8. Got the 3 and the 8 rocking. We'll see what the Rams can do. Olazia is in the Ram. So is Robbie Adams. Everybody taking their time out on the track. Get ready for qualifying. Charles, I mentioned this, I believe it was last week, or it might have been when we was at Daytona. But I do believe it was last week as well. These drivers, when they come out here and they pop down these qualifying laps, they come out here. Olazia is on the track by himself. Okay, Corey Jones, who's out there on the track, he is by himself. Trevor Questenberry is on the track by himself. Robbie Adams, all these guys are on the track by himself. But timing and scoring is popping it up as you see right now. These guys, they are on the racetrack. The technology that we have at iRacing is crazy, because you can have guys go out there and can be completely by themselves out on the track in a single car run, and everybody else getting their time, as you see as we're flipping through drivers. It's one of those things. I talked to Jim about it last week. It's just one of those things that I think we take for granted. Just the little things on iRacing that doesn't really go unnoticed. I mean, everybody goes, well, it's just simple. No, it ain't. I mean, that is something right there that we really do take for granted, at least I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all these drivers out there on the track at the same time can't see each other while they're out there racing. But yet, timing and scoring going on, and iRacing is checking the lap times and checking to make sure the cars are not getting off the track and discounting that lap. So iRacing doing all this under the covers without you really seeing it, and a lot of technology involved in making this product what it is, and these guys have been doing it forever. A lot of the developers that worked on iRacing were from Papyrus, which did the NASCAR Thunder Xbox game way back when. One of the most popular racing games, I think, in the history of racing games. There, the NASCAR Thunder series on from EA and Papyrus there on the Xbox. And a lot of these guys have been doing this for a long time, and they do a great job. We kind of complain a little bit about the glitches we get here and there, but there's so many factors involved. Internet connectivity and things like that that go into this that are just out of the iRacing's control. But I will say flawless game, but it's a fantastic game. I love racing it, and we see the 99 there with a stop, and I think he may be done with his, as he's already set a lap and is gone back to the pits with a 117.5. So a good run there for Quisenberry there in the 99 truck.
Yeah, I mean, what a run, obviously, that Quisenberry has. Obviously, we've watched him, or at least I have watched him race a couple of times, and pretty fast as well. As we see other drivers working their way around the 2-mile racetrack here in Sonoma, California. Charles, you mentioned it, obviously, NASCAR Thunder and all that good stuff. And then, they had the dirt to Daytona. You had the whole debacle of the NASCAR 21 ignition, which I know a lot of guys and gals out there watching. If you played it on the PlayStation or on the Xbox, you would think, why? But you already know where I'm going with that because it sucked that bad. But what would be your favorite? Thank you, Miss Omed, even chiming in. She's tried that out. Yeah, that was an absolute cluster. But if you had to pick one of them, let's take iRacing out of it, as we're still watching drivers out here qualifying. If you had to pick one, just one, which would be the top of the list of NASCAR video games? It has to be just one. And I'm taking NASCAR Racing 2003. We'll take Papyrus out of it because that's basically coded off of this right here. I'm talking about console games from the PlayStation, Xbox, all that good stuff. What's your go-to number one NASCAR game?
I mean, that was really, even then it was the NASCAR Thunder was. I was already well and truly an adult with children when that came out. So the NASCAR Thunder 03 was great. 05 I thought was really good as well when they brought in some of the lower tiers. Like you could run the Wheeler Modifieds. I think at the time it was just great fun. You kind of worked the ladder system and worked your way up. But there's a lot of great racing games out there. I mean, even currently, with I played a lot of Forza as well because I just enjoyed it. But it's hard to kind of go wrong with iRacing just because of the breadth of all the things you can do here. You can run basically any racing series or any racing car you want to drive. iRacing's pretty much got it. You can run, Formula cars or GT cars, or you can run dirt rally cars or, and dirt ovals and the NASCAR ovals. And you just got anything that you could desire built into it. It's hard to beat that. But I did a lot of Forza project cars as well, as I was more of kind of a road racer as opposed to, but I still loved going back. As a matter of fact, we just were doing a little spring cleaning and found the old NASCAR Thunder 03 Xbox disc, and it's sitting just on my desk. So not sure what to do with it. We don't have an Xbox anymore, but maybe at some point in time we'll do a little retro gaming.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of retro gaming stores out there, and believe it or not, some of the retro gaming folks, if you do have a retro gaming console, they still are actually worth some money. Believe it or not, regular Xboxes, PlayStation 2s, all that good stuff, which we're not trying to promote it. I mean, this is qualifying, this road course qualified, it is what it is, and everything else. But there's one NASCAR game. I mean, obviously, my go-to was Thunder. Thunder 2004. That was the good one. That was when the career mode was really built where you could hire in your employees on your race team, and it had that oh so sweet NASCAR point system that I love. Obviously, they did the playoffs out, and it was just straight points. But if I had to pick one out of all of it, I got to go with 06. As bad as I got to say it, 04, 03, and 04, they were fantastic. But if I had to pick one, I think it'd be 06, and that was when you actually got teammates. And then you could sit there and you could swap cars. You could have one guy up there at the front, and then one guy that's absolutely bad. You could swap to his car and try to drive him up to the front and everything. I mean, that was always some cool stuff. That was just ahead of its time. And then all of a sudden they just kind of let it fall flat, but which they did let it fall flat. I mean, it went downhill quick, but Looks like everybody is done putting down qualifying. Look like Mark or the 57 of Mark Dantuma. He just said he didn't even want to put down a lap. He's still sitting in the pits. Albie Hewins is still sitting there as well. Ed Kimmel. They didn't even put a lap down as far as anything goes. So, and another thing too is maybe like Matthew Radford. He had a lap going, but his time did not come up. Charles, I mean, you were talking about road course racing and everything. Enlighten, the folks on this, because I believe it's because they might have cut the course or they might have drove off track. That's why their time's not showing up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, for a qualifying lap, you have to be perfect. You run the track, you get an off track, you get a contact with a wall, even if it's a 0x incident. If you make contact, that's going to disallow your qualifying time, and it'll be like you never were there. So you have to be picture perfect here on your qualifying laps, and there's even some strictness there as far as you can't dilly dally. You got to be up on the throttle. You can't be taking too much time trying to get around the course, doing some tire tricks there, trying to get heat in your tires, with power braking and burnouts and things like that. So you have to be on the straight and narrow there, and you have to have a good lap, a clean lap as we call it, in order for that time to be counted. And looks like that we've got, of our 14 drivers, we had 10 that set a time, and you see pretty big gap there. Looks like Adams in the 8 car got a lap in, not probably his exactly what he wanted there, but he's going to be at least at a couple in front of a few cars that didn't set a time. So pretty open gap. Looks like Quisenberry is on top there with a pretty healthy gap over Barletta there in the 31 by a second and a half, and then the times are much closer together there from second all the way down to about P9.
Well, that will be interesting to say the least. See what will happen as they're getting ready. They're fixing to pop up their warm-up laps. And, as we get about a 5-minute warm-up session right here. So, Charles, I mean, that'd be a, pretty good time right there to, just kind of shoot the bull, I guess you could say, as we so to speak. I mean, we got these guys out here racing, obviously, 91 track temp. Air temp obviously is 73, and we got these guys out here running. Obviously, some of these paint schemes just absolutely crazy, Charles, and pretty good. I mean, pretty cool stuff. I mean, I love how the 3's reflective, obviously, off of the number 3 Ram right there of Olazia. And Olazia is one of my favorites because you say Olazia and it makes you want to smile. It always does. I don't know why, but it does. And I'm sure every time he watches the broadcast, he's thinking, damn, what is wrong with that guy? But seriously, you say Olazia, it makes a smile on your face a little bit. I mean, it does. But it will be interesting to see how these old boys get her done. So to speak, here tonight, Charles. But while we're doing this warm-up, I'm going to go take care of a little bit of business, what me and you was talking about a minute ago. So we'll be back right here for the start of it, Charles, and just entertain everybody. I'll be right back, bud.
Yeah, we will talk about it as we are looking at that 3 truck, and you see the Chrome 3 on the side. That is a good-looking paint. I will have to agree with Jake on that. As we're working around here, and all these drivers now in this warm-up are just kind of getting one last look at the track here, making sure the conditions feel comfortable to them, getting their headspace ready, making sure they're comfortable in the seat. Maybe see a couple of those cars in the pits. They're maybe taking a quick bathroom break before we get going here for this 30-lap race. A little bit of difference from the trucks to the ARCAs, as well as I said, 30 laps instead of 25. There will be a pit stop involved as well. No quick repairs on this. So if you wreck your truck is just wrecked, and you're going to either have to get it repaired or drive it broken. If you're able to drive it at all, depending on how bad the wreck is. And once again, no caution flags tonight. So this will be a green flag race, and we don't expect to see the yellow at any point in time. So we'll be out there for 30 laps. And 30 laps only, and we'll have our pit stop somewhere in the middle there. Usually with these, you're going to get probably a 3 or 4 lap window. You come in either early, couple laps before the midway point. As we see the 17 little nose into the barrier there. He's going to back that thing up, or just tow it back to the pits. Like he might have got a little iRacing glue stuck on the front of that truck, and was kind of stuck to that barrier. And so he's just going to tow that back as we're still here in our warm-up session. So once again, 30-lap race, no cautions, no fast repairs, no problem. We're going to have fun tonight, and this is, once again, very difficult track. You saw just even these slow-speed hairpins that you're going to see on opposite ends of this track are going to cause trouble for these cars, especially on these curbs. It seems like these trucks struggle a little bit as well. Riding some of these 3D curbs that iRacing has put in place, that just means that you're going to get the feel in the wheel there of some cavitations as you run across that serrated edge of those curbs, and it's going to make life a little tricky for you. It's probably going to disrupt your flow and disrupt the truck's balance as well. So we'll be looking out for that. If you were on board here with us for the ARCA race a few moments ago, you kind of saw how tricky this track is. You see the 44 there trying to get that truck, and a little bit of wheel spin off the back as he got back on the throttle. Once again, this is one of those tracks where you have to be patient with your throttle control. You have to take your time. You can't just gun it coming out of the corner, or you're going to end up around off the track somewhere. And you'll be looking at a lot of trouble, a lot of time lost, unless you hit a barrier, and then that's might be race done for you, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, for instance, you hit this barrier, you blow your engine, and then that's about a 30-minute repair. By then, the race is probably over with, and so you're not to do yourself any favors here. As we're looking at that nice Menards livery there on the 31. It's nice to see we got the new Ram this season, the Dodge Ram race truck, and looks pretty good, and looks like that a lot of drivers have gone with that. It's actually about half the field, so that the Ram is by far the most popular choice here today. But we do have all four manufacturers of the NASCAR Truck Series on board. So we'll see our Fords, Chevys, our Toyota Tundras, and our Dodge Rams as we are out of the warm-up period. And we're going to take a sip of water here real quick, and we'll pull up our starting grid.
I'll take it from here, buddy. I know you need.
All right, appreciate you, man. All good.
Sorry about that, folks. Had to put the young in the bed. Matter of fact, real quick, I just want to throw this out there for the archives for when he gets a little bit older. Happy 11 months old, son. My son turned 11 months old today, so throw that out there for the archives on that one. So, son, I love you to death, and love you so much, and you make me a happy man every single day. Here we go, getting ready for the start of the race number 2 of the night, round 3 of the Flaming Karma Truck Series. There you see it, Trevor Questenberry. Saw him on the pole with about a second-half gap that he had over second place Harley Barletta. Barletta coming out with the Matt Crafton throwback scheme. He had that, obviously, which was he's been running that for a little while, which is a pretty good one as well. Jason Christma will be starting in the P3 spot with Chris Melton in the P4 spot. A couple of Rams up there as well as up there in that P4 spots. We'll see what he can do as well. Flip-flop back to row number 3, and that is where you will find Michael Whiting. Be back here in this area. He'll be up on the outside row in his number 44 Chevy. To his inside, Corey Jones, number 63 Toyota. Killer looking paint scheme Corey had on there. Kenny Rayner, Bradley Berry, another Ram right there on the outside there in P8. Then you got the teammates, literally teammates. Nicholas Olazia with a smile, and Robbie Adams, teammates 9th and 10th respectively. 4 more, it's Albie Hewins and Mark Dantuma. He didn't even put down a qualifying time, 57, just said screw it. We'll just be happy wherever we come out. And then Matthew Radford and Ed Kimmel will be the 14 drivers that will take the start here tonight. Flaming Karma Doubleheader Series for the trucks at Sonoma. What do we expect right here, Charles, because we watched the ARCA race. We saw a couple of guys kind of get a little loosey-goosey, hit the curbs, kind of sliding around. Are we expecting the same thing here in these trucks, going 5 laps farther than what the ARCA cars did?
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of the same. Is you'll get a good run here, and you'll take your time. If you're smart, you'll take your time here on the opening lap until you get enough heat in those tires to get up to your lap speed, and then after that, it's going to be as hard as you can make your car go here for 15 or so laps. Obviously, we got a pit window there in the middle that we'll be looking to see cars come in, and we'll see if we're going to have the same type of tire strategy that we had in the first race, where we're going to see a little mix of everything. No tires or all fours. Obviously, with a little bit longer, obviously in a different tire compound, you may see different tire strategies here. And looks like we're just about getting ready to go here as we head down the final stretch. And we're going to see that pace truck roll off, and we'll be getting ready to get underway here for 30 laps of truck racing.
Well, folks, hopefully you didn't drink all of the wine that was in the bottle. Me, preferably, I like me a little bit of grape wine when I get the opportunity, especially when I get a little bit of pasta here on the West Coast. Sonoma, round 3, Flamin' Karma Truck Series doubleheaders. We're going at it as we hit the restart zone. Green flags in the air. Quessenberry going to take them at it with Mountain to his outside. Very shortly, he will be on the outside of Mountain. But no, Quessenberry dives it off into turn number 1. They go up the hill. Mountain, Chrisma, gonna go side by side. Mountain had to get out of the gas. Chrisma's gonna get a spot as they work their way on up the hill.
Yeah, I had to get out of there. Just too tight to try and go too wide through there, and just had to give that inside line up as they work their way out of 3A down into turn 4 here for the first time. And it looks like we had a pretty good start. We did have Harley Barletta start from the pits. So him, as well as Hewins and Kimmel, all coming out of the pits to start this race. So we've got already a couple of cars, Barletta in particular, down 12 positions from where he qualified. As we've got a good run going. Everybody doing a pretty good job so far. Nobody really getting out of line. Nobody really having any issues except for maybe Mr. Hewins there toward the back, as he just kind of caught that as an off track there through our timing and scoring software.
Yeah, I mean, and also one thing about this, obviously Harley Barletta being down right there big. One thing about that, he is your point leader coming into tonight. He's got 1 win, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s. So he's been top 10 and then throughout the season. Joplin's not here. Barletta's way down there in the 14th spot. Don't see a Vic Brown neither. The next one in line is Chris Melton. Well, he's sitting in the 2nd spot in the 52 truck. So Melton could easily take hold of the point lead after it's all said and done here tonight. Jeffrey Oaks, nowhere to be found. Radford is out there as well. And that's got to be something kind of iffy if you think about it, honestly, Charles, because, you know, there is no Joplin, which obviously, I mean, you know, we heard about that. We obviously heard what Gerald Poole said, and then you ain't got no Vic Brown or Jeffrey Oaks, no Scott Lay. Some of these guys up here topping the points, they're not here at the road courses. Does that strike you as odd that they wouldn't be here for this?
I mean, you know, obviously this is it's a hobby for a lot of us. So, you know, sometimes you just can't make a race, and you just have other things, family coming first sometimes, and you have to just kind of deal with that or work or whatever. But yeah, you know, I can't imagine, you know, that, you know, somebody may miss a race, and I guess you can and just say, you know, I'm not really good at road course racing, so I'm not gonna go race. I mean, this is a you know, perfect opportunity to get good at it. Is get out there and get your practice in and run some laps, and you may surprise yourself with the results. But yeah, it's obviously going to be a big point switch up here at the end of this. Melton running second. Obviously, Quisenberry just has checked out already, almost 5-second gap over P2. And Melton and Crispin having a nice battle right here as they come through and down into turn 4. these guys are starting to get a little hot and heavy. The 44 just behind, and it looks like there's going to be some good battles here from second on back, as there's a lot of these cars are challenging each other. You see the 31 with the crossover there on the 75, making that run down on the inside and getting that move done. Good move there by the 31 truck.
Yeah, and Harley Barletta could be in the situation where he might have just said, you know what, this is a road course. I got the point lead. Let's just start at the back. Let's just try to make it interesting. Go out there and pass some cars. Pull some Dale Jr. stuff. Screw it. Let's start at the back because I want to pass some cars here tonight. Remember, we talked to, I believe it was Harley, last week, I believe it was. It could have been another driver. I remember it was one driver that we talked to and said, that he just kind of just wanted to start at the back. He didn't want to qualify. Just start back there and just take it, he had more fun passing cars, which is a thing. I mean, it is a thing to start at the back and it's more fun to pass cars. So that might be what they're thinking right here. Maybe that's what Harley's thinking. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, maybe not, but yeah, maybe he just had to took his warm up and then had to go rush off, to get prepared for a 30 lap race and didn't make it back in time to get to the grid. So you just never can tell. But yeah, he's doing a great job. Already up to P9, so he's clocking the laps off and making those moves back up to where he was naturally going to start here. As they got a good battle here between the 8 and the 43. Some iconic numbers there if you're talking about racing. That's a nice battle there between Adams and Kimmel at the back of the field. So even the guys that are in the back are racing hard back there, just trying to get every position they can get.
I mean, that's exactly what they're trying to do. You see 15 right here. That is Chrisma. I believe this is his first start of the season in the 15 of Jason Chrisma. I haven't seen him out on the racetrack much this season. He's not up at the top of the point standing, so I would assume this is his very first race. Chris Melton right there currently is the man of the hour. It's like we were talking about as far as points goes. Melton in a fantastic spot as far as points go, sitting fourth. And then obviously no Vic Brown, no Charles Joplin, and Harley Barletta way back there in the position that he's in. So Melton kind of the man of the hour, trying to get as many points as he can, try to run them down. But here's the thing. It's a battle for second right now. I mean, nobody has got a chance on Questenberry, already out to an 8-second lead. He is gone and hitting. He's the only one hitting 119s. He's the only one that hit a 118, the fastest lap. The rest of them are hitting 120s as far as their best lap goes. And then last lap he had a 119. Nobody's even come close to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's got his lead, and he's probably taking his time, not really pushing the truck very hard, as he seems to have the pace well in hand that he can turn that back on in a heartbeat. So he's just running some really good, consistent laps. It was another identical 119. Oh, that was a 119.16. So about 1,800 different. So pretty consistent lap times there for Questenberry in the front. And this battle in the back continues as it now looks like Melton's kind of checked out just a little bit, got himself a little bit of a gap, about a little over a second, as we're looking here with the 44 of Whiting, Jones, Radford in amongst there. As looks like maybe Crispin is falling back just a little bit. So now he's got pressure from behind here, as there's a whole host of cars, or trucks, I should say, that are trying to track him down. So nice 4-car battle. This is going to be for P3, and then another group of cars back there running for P7, including Dantuma and Barry and Barletta.
Yeah, I mean, a whole lot of drivers back here trying to slide their way up here the best that they can. Olazia, Robbie Adams, they're back here. This is a bad spot for them if you think about it, to be honest with you, because they're damn near 1 second back. We'll see what happened right here. Dantuma, you see the 57 right here. What happened? Was there contact? Yeah, a little bit. Might have got it thrown off a little bit right there. Guess who it was? It was Barletta. Barletta tried to slide it down in there. Not able to do it. Dantuma tried to put the block on him, and that's these guys got to have to watch out for that as well, Charles. We saw it in the ARCA race. Now we're seeing it here with the trucks. You got to be careful with people's braking zones because somebody might want to drive it in a little bit too hard, might want to get in there. You try to put the block on them, try to throw it at them, they can run you over easily and knock you clean in the middle of next week. So you got to be careful with who you're racing, be careful what you're doing. You don't want to be in a bad spot. You don't want to end up screwing yourself, especially right here at the start.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was watching Barletta coming out of turn one, and he just barely missed that inside wall, but he hugged it all the way up the inside line from 1 into 2, and was just on a tear there. And nobody else was running that line. That was pretty amazing there from Barletta, as he's already moved his way up to P7 now. So now he's on the hunt, looking for Radford up there, just about three and a half seconds or so ahead. So he's going to be looking to see if he can get up there and jump into that next group and start fighting for a few more positions, as we're already 6 laps or so into this race, starting on the 7th lap. And Quisenberry up 10 seconds. Melton starting to check out a little bit over Crispin, but that battle behind him is really heating up.
Yeah, it is very much starting to heat up as you see drivers working their way around. Corey Jones right there. There's Radford, obviously. A little bit of a throwback, I guess you could say, for the Alex Bowman kind of style. For some of you Alex Bowman fans out there with the Ally number 17 Chevrolet. And right now, Radford is the hard charger right now in the race. Believe it or not, we mentioned Harley Barletta, but Harley Barletta is currently he's credited with starting in the 2nd spot. Now maybe he missed the start, like you said, Charles. You talked about that a minute ago, so maybe that's why we're not seeing Harley Barletta up there. But technically, Radford has got the hard charger award right now, up 7 spots from where he started at. If it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for Harley Barletta, if he actually did start from the back, he'd get the hard charger 9 ways to Sunday, because hell, he'd be up about 7, 8 spots. He'd be ahead of Radford.
Yeah, he absolutely would. He's had himself quite a run up through the field, and he is starting to close that gap down to Radford in front. It's down to almost 3 seconds as he continues to click off the corners here, and it's going to get really interesting once he gets up there, because you got Radford and then Jones and then Whiting there in a line. And so he's gonna have his work cut out for him, because obviously he's got some good pace, but the further you get up the field, the harder it is to make those moves, because the lap times equalize just a little bit. But Harley Barletta last lap 1:19.97. Oh, as a 17 is around. That's Radford manages to catch it, but that's going to make that very easy for Barletta to make that move around. And Bradford getting it set back up. He's still looking at maybe Dan Tuma having a look down to see if he can capitalize on that. But don't believe that's going to happen, as Radford now got it back under control and headed the right direction. They work their way down through the hairpin here at the end of the drag strip.
Yeah, they're going to have to work their way around, see what they can make out of this. There you see there's the 97. There's Bradley Berry working his way through as well. Almost 10 laps into this bad boy, so 20 more to go, give or take. Make it 22 actually to go. And one thing about these cars, or trucks I should say, is the pit stops and how it's going to work out for these guys. Well, granted, the ARCA cars, they went 15 laps on fuel. The trucks, give them about 5 more laps. Here's the big change between the ARCA and the trucks. ARCA, they had that one faster pair, be able to help themselves out. Trucks, you spin the tires, you hit the inside or outside retaining wall, and you knock the whole front end off of it, you're through. There is no faster pairs in the trucks, so you got to be very, very careful with how you drive and what you're doing and everything, because you don't really get a mulligan, so to speak. You get one for like Radford. If you just spin it around, you're able to straighten it back up, keep going. That was your mulligan. As far as mulligan goes, as far as hitting walls, don't do it, because you're pretty much stuck with it for the whole rest of the race.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we talked about that in the warm-up, is you just don't want to you don't have the opportunity to make a mistake and get saved from it. You just have to deal with it, and if you wreck the truck, you can't drive it, you're done for the day. because the repair times are going to be such that it's going to be very difficult to get back on the track. If you do, you're going to be several laps down, and it's still maybe having issues with the truck as you get back out there. As I'm kind of looking up and down the order here, it looks like that gap is starting to close a little bit back. Chrisman is starting to close that gap back down to Melton. It's under 2 seconds, so that might become an issue. A little battle here again very, very soon as Chrisman's lap times are getting better, and Melton's are starting to drop off a little bit. He's down 2 seconds from his fast lap. So don't know if he's maybe burnt the tires up already. He's going to have to suffer for a few laps until we get into our pit window, and or if he's just going to be able to maybe relax a little bit, take a little bit of pressure off the tires. Maybe they'll come back once you get the temps back down under control. And we'll see if this is going to work or not. But right now, he's holding fast there to about 1.5 seconds. Oh, but that's going to help him out as the 15 goes around there, catching that curb there at that hairpin and looping the truck around. And so he's going to lose several positions from that.
Yeah, he's going to lose a whole lot of spots out of that one. Hate to see that for him. There you see the 15 just sliding right on around. He gets loose, spins it out. Get the rookie strap on the back of it for Chrisma, but able to get it straightened back out as well. And that's that mulligan we were talking about, Charles. We were talking about that mulligan right there. That right there saved him right there, not getting hit and everything, because you still got, not only have you got the wall on both sides, but you still got other drivers coming at you. You got to, honestly, you got to hope that you don't hit the wall, and then after you stop, you got to hope like how nobody else runs. As the 97 Bradley Berry goes around now coming out of the hairpin.
Yeah, he is stuck right there. That is not the place you want to be sitting. It's just, that was also braking, is just locking the rears up, maybe downshifting a little too hard, maybe a little diff lock involved in that as well. But you see him just trying to get that truck recovered and just stops right in the middle of the track. And so you'll have trucks feathering out both sides, just trying to get around him. It looks like he got through unscathed there, so only the spin and no damage from any trucks coming through. So a great bit of driving by our drivers out there to avoid that contact there with that truck sideways coming out of the corner.
Yeah, I mean, just bad spot right there coming out of the hairpin. You don't want to be in that. Check out the 75 Rainer. Ooh, looked like he kind of set it in. Thought he was actually going to get into Radford right there. But he actually got out of the gas, might have hit the brake a little bit at the right time, trying to help himself out. But boy, Rainer really wanting to get up here and mix it up. Have a hold of Radford. Radford had the hard charger. Dan Tuma now currently has that in the number 57 Ram. And everybody knows how I love the number 57. It's not because of Dan Tuma, it's because of my old racing number when I raced. My number was 57. But Dan Tuma, the 57 Ram, he is up 6 spots. Radford's going to lose another spot. So he's going to slide down to the 8th spot now. And Rainer's going to be right there smack dab in the middle of Dan Tuma and Radford. Radford going backwards as we watch Jason Chrisma currently sitting in the 11th spot. He was one of those guys that was up there close to the front. Now he's having to deal with Olazia back there for 10th. Yeah,
absolutely. And you can see the 17 starting to struggle quite a bit as I think that initial spin has really messed up his rears. It's probably going to be one of those that comes in as early as he possibly can for his pit stop so he can get 4 fresh ones on that truck. As you see a good battle here between the 3 and the 15. 15 with a good run on the outside there, going to keep that momentum and hold that spot as they work their way up into turn 2. And 15 handling that pretty well so far. You see the 3 taking a really tight entry in there. Not quite able to capitalize on the 15 running a bit wide coming through 2. As we're back on board here now with Barletta. Had some easy going there for some of these, able to make a few of these passes pretty much unchecked there as trucks around him just looping around, and made it quite easy to work his way up, already up into P5, and now he's got Whiting in his sights.
Yeah, I mean, Barletta's really starting to try to slide on up here. Melton thought he might have had a good shot at just trying to just have a shot. To be able to get up here and get a hold of that point lead. But is he going to be able to make it happen? Maybe, maybe not, because Barletta's still on the charge and still with 17 laps to go. And coming up with a pit stop, Barletta damn near took it four-wheeling, hit the rumble strip, down to the inside, gets around the 44 of Michael Whiting. Whiting goes completely off of the racetrack. Barletta is literally a man on a mission right now. He may not have a shot at that 99, but by God, he's trying to go for that second spot, get up there and mix it up with Chris Melton. Barletta's still wanting to hold on that point lead all that he can, and he's damn sure showing it.
Yeah, he absolutely is. You see Chrisman down there in P10 is go ahead and just going to try and work his way up as he's already come in taking his pit stop. So he's in and back out now as the 99 looks to the inside of the three car there. Was that what that was? But saw the 99 there on the inside of somebody as Quisenberry making a pass, I think, on a lap car. So give Quisenberry still leading here as other cars into the pits now. Jones, Barletta, Whiting, and Radford all in the pits now. So the pit stops are in full effect here as we've got a few cars left. I think the top four at this point: Quisenberry, Melton, Dantuma, and Rayner still yet to pit.
There you see up there, top right-hand corner, Alloy Wheel and Tire, Greenville, South Carolina. One of the great sponsors here with Flamin' Karma. Glad to have them aboard here for this season, the inaugural season of the Flamin' Karma Racing League Doubleheader Series. 63, there goes Jones. Barletta, there you see the 31. He is down, he is away. And interesting tidbit that I wanted to talk about, Charles, is that these guys in the trucks, are they going to take tires? Are they going to take gas? What's the plan? Looks like for the most part, Jones, Whiting, Chrisma, and Barletta, they took 4 and sent it on out here and kept on going. Radford, on the other hand, he pitted on 14, and it looks like he only took maybe 2 tires for the 17 of Matthew Radford. Damn, Chrisma almost lost it. Look at the left front on the 15. No fender. Literally, you can see the radiator shooting through the side right there. Am I seeing things here, nope. Charles? I swear I thought I saw a damn radiator on that 15.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he's got some front end damage. I'd have to agree with you there. Is 15 getting passed and overtaken by the 44, and you see Barletta there looking to see where his opportunity is going to come. Is he going to try and make a run down here into the hairpin, take it down to the inside? I think that's exactly what's going to happen here.
Very good possibility. There comes Barletta down to the inside. 15 up top, Chrisman. He'll go by. Damn it all. Make it 2 for 1. Not able to do it. Whiting was there, able to hold his ground. Not able to make it work. Now Barletta now has to get out of the gas. He's going to have to try to fight for it. Chrisma back down to the inside as they flip-flop going up the hill. Awesome camera angles by Miss Omet showing you how these old boys do it in the trucks. And Barletta thought he was actually going to get away with it, not able to do it. Chrisma gets sideways coming up the hill. Barletta still trying to find a hole as well. And watch out behind Barletta. Radford right up his back bumper, right up his tailgate, trying to mix it up as well. Big battle going on right smack dab in the middle of the field.
Yeah, absolutely, and you see the damage on the front of on the left front of Christmas truck there, as he is missing the left front fender. You see exposed engine there. That's not going to help him as far as his handling is. Obviously, that open air coming into the side of the truck will help probably the cooling a little bit, but obviously some of these cornering is going to make it a little tough there. See the 31 there, Barletta trying like heck to get around and just not able to find a position to do it. He'll probably be looking now here at the braking zone. He's going to try and make that late lunge down on the inside, and he does have the corner, and he is going to make that move around the 15, so get Barletta up to P7. And the 57 is the next man on his list, but that's about 3.5 seconds up the road.
Yeah, the 44 Whiting, we just saw him. He was out there actually mixing it up with them. He actually spun it around, stuck in the middle of the hairpin. Now with 14 to go, this race has damn near been flipped over on its lid. 3 drivers make that, has yet to make their pit stop. That is Belton, that is Rader, and that is Bradley. They have yet to make their pit stop. They're trying to go a little bit long right here. Quessenberry, he has already made his stop. He pitted on lap 16, which was just a lap ago.
Whoa.
So Melton's going to try to run it long. See these guys going through turn 7. Ironically enough, that's how I knew, because it says Sonoma turn 7 right back there on the back. See, that's how much I care about a road course. I hate them. But anyway, but the racing and the action has been off the chain here tonight. Flaming Karma has really put it down for us. There's Bradley. There goes Jones. Jones slides by. Jones will go up into the 4th spot. He's already made his pit stop. Bradley Berry has it. See if he can try to wait on Rayner to go in as well as Chris Melton.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're looking here, still that battle going on between the 63 and the 97. The 97 just got passed, and I'm not sure he's going to be able to make that back up to get back up to the 63. Talking about a paint, look at that paint on the 63 truck. That's pretty impressive. Wow. Is Melton still out there? He's going to run it long. 13 laps left in the race. Obviously getting tracked down by Quisenberry pretty quickly there. The gap down under 8 seconds. So Melton obviously struggling a little bit for pace. He is coming into the pits now. He's going to give up the lead, and we'll see where he comes out and what's going to be waiting for him once he gets back on the track. And we'll also see how many tires he may end up taking here. If it's going to be a very, very short stop, or if he's going to go ahead and slap on 4 fresh ones and get back out there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Melton does right here. Is obviously Rayner now. He's going to go by him, but Rayner yet to make his pit stop. He is one of 2 drivers yet to make that pit stop. Actually, Nicholas Olazia has yet to make his pit stop as well from what we're showing, but he's all the way back there in 11th place. So not sure what Olazia's got going on. Kind of curious about that, but we'll see what Melton decides to do. And Melton already working his way back out on the racetrack. We'll give you an idea of what his pit time was. It was 15.1. So odds are he took 4 fresh tires unless he was sleeping, sitting into the pits. But that will surrender the lead back to Trevor Quessenberry. As now Olazia decides he wants to come on down pit road, as well as Bradley Berry going down pit road as well. As they worked their way around the track, there's Trevor Quessenberry. He had that one dip right there around lap 17. That was when Melton took hold of the race lead. But ever since 99, he's been lighting it up. And, son, he has got it up at the front, and now he's got it by 14 seconds. As long as he doesn't spin that sucker out the next 12 laps, Charles, I think he's going to end up winning this race.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. He's got a 33-second gap over Chris Melton, who just came back on the track after his pit stop. And it's the only one left yet to pit. Actually, we got a couple. We got Olazia as well as Robbie Adams and Kenny Rayner running in second. So the 75 truck will be in, I would say, here in the next couple of laps. There's a lock up there on the front. That ain't going to help as coming up the hill there. And, we don't talk enough about this, but these elevation changes here at this track really plays havoc on the brakes. Really easy to lock these up. Obviously, no ABS on these trucks, and makes it, with the extra elevation change, it makes it that much harder to get these trucks stopped without flat spotting those tires. And the 75 just showed that's going to make life obviously a little more difficult for him here, as just taking a little more wear out of those good years as he's going to come down here. I'm assuming here the next couple of laps here, as we're coming up to 10 to go, that he's going to have to come again and make his stop.
Yeah, ABS. Who needs ABS? I mean, we don't roll with ABS in NASCAR.
Whoa.
Any of this stuff, we don't do it. Radford sending it on in. Chrisma right there behind him as well.
Ooh.
A little bit interested. Damn, who was that back there? Michael Whiting, I believe, in the 44. Was that who was behind him? It was a white truck right there behind him.
No,
I'm not sure who that was in that white truck. There it is. Right there. Kimmel damn near took the wall out right there. Watch this. Oh, hey, good Lord.
Yeah, he'd already got wide coming out of 3A and had to bring it back on the track, and then you could see him maximum bravery there coming through 4 and just missed the wall by inches there. But nicely done to get every ounce of speed out of it you could there through that section of track.
Yeah, I mean, what a deal right there for him to be able to try to make it work. He almost ended up losing it and what that could have been for anybody right there in front of him. Rayner down pit road. He is now working his way out on the racetrack. And I'm assuming the 75 took forward, which, yes, he did. So the only driver by my count right here to take not 4 tires is Matthew Radford in the 17. Looks like he took 2 tires. He was a 9.5 second stop. So we're assuming by the timing and everything, he took 2 tires on that one. Olazia yet to pit, though. I mean, I'm still looking at this and seeing that Olazia has been yet to pit. And actually now we're hearing that Radford took fuel. So he didn't take tires. So Radford's the only one he just took fuel only. I don't know if that's going to work out for him, but we'll see how it ends up working. Is there you see Radford already still getting a little bit sideways right there in front of Chrisman.
Yeah, Chrisman's really looking there behind to see if he can get by Radford. And you make up about 5 seconds or so by not taking on tires, but obviously you don't get the benefit of the fresh tires, and that kind of leaves you as a sitting duck out there on the track. And you see Chrisman really trying to find the good line to get around the 17, but he's got damage his own. He's a little bounce off that right side wall, so he's trying to even out that truck just a little bit as he takes a little damage on the right to go with the damage he had on the left. As you can see, just a little bit wide there, not too bad coming through turn 2. As he's still looking and obviously trying to be aggressive, close that gap to find a good spot where he can make a run down into one of these sharp corners here. Probably won't be 4. He'll probably be trying to get the run through here to head down into the hairpin there at turn 7 and try and make that move through. And he's taking a look there and not close enough. So he's going to have to stay behind for a little bit longer. And now it's going to be trying to get his way through the S's, down the back stretch, down into that final hairpin, and see if he can make the lunge there. So he's still trying to find that way around, and that's going to help as the 17 gets loose coming through the S's there, catches the truck up, and unfortunately Chrisman had to check up to prevent him from running into the back of the 17, and still nowhere for him to go. Unfortunately, couldn't find a way around. That would have been a perfect opportunity. Going to take it down deep into the hairpin. Oh, and a spin there for the 15 of Chrisman. Going into the hairpin, locks the tires up and loops the truck around. So he's going to reset there, but that's going to be battle over for the time being between the 17 and the 15. Yeah,
I mean, unfortunate for that. And there you see Chrisman right there already having showing the wear of what this race has been showing. Obviously, he had a little bit of left front damage. Now he may have a little bit of front end damage after he tagged the wall right there. You saw it, just locked it up, spun it around. And unfortunate, but he had a shot right there. I mean, he had a bunch of shots. He could have just straight up got into Radford, dumped him, and just kept on going. But he never did. He tried to keep it as clean as he could, and then he ends up spinning himself out for his own efforts. There is Harley Barletta into 31, up to 5th. Melton still has 2nd. And obviously, Trevor Questenberry still leads. 39 seconds is the gap. As of right now for the 99, there's Barletta. Got Corey Jones right in front of him. Dan Tuma right there as well, up there in this mix as well. Good little battle right here going on. Could be for a podium spot to go up there and holler at us when this thing's all said and done, Charles.
Yeah, absolutely. As the 31 has got to the back of that 63 truck, so now he's got the podium positions right in front of him with the 63 and then Dan Tuma in the 57 just ahead of him. It's going to be a tough ask to get up to P2 with a 12-second gap between Melton and Dan Tuma. So I don't think that's going to be in the cards for him tonight, but you never can tell. He's been running a good race. He's worked his way up through the field, and now 2 more spots between him and that 3rd position. So I'm sure he'll start looking. He's taking a lot of that curb there. Oh, as we see the 63 get a little loose, trying to get back on the track there coming out of turn 3A, and managing to get it wound up and checked up, and gets it all done as we head down into the hairpin here at the end of the drag strip. The 31 is at the back of the 63, so now here we go. Line him up to try and make that run down into that final hairpin corner.
Yeah, I mean, just a lot of action, a lot of precise driving that you got to make, a lot of precise on throttle. on the brake. You got a lot going on at one time that you got to try to be careful with and not screw yourself up, and then you got to worry about trying not to run somebody over. Corey Jones right there almost running it off into the grass. Actually, he did run it off into the grass, but he's able to try to keep it straight. Barletta right there. Dan Tuma trying to go around. Chrisma going down pit road in the 15. What do you make of this? I'm not sure on this one. I mean, granted, the whole damn left front was gone on it, but I didn't think it was. I didn't think he was in that bad shape, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, the right front's gone too, if you can look at the screen. So apparently apparently contact somewhere else here. So he's evened out the front end of that truck, and I think he just decided to come in and he's either going to just take repairs, maybe get four fresh tires. Otherwise, it may be race over for the 15 there of Crispin as he goes a lap down to the leader. And that might be it for him. We'll see if he comes back out or not. But it looks like the repairs have started on his truck, and we'll see if he comes back out for a final few laps just to maybe ease the blow of having all the damage on that truck.
Yeah, I mean, he had a shot. He was trying to get a hold of Radford earlier on. Had a shot, probably go for about that 7th spot, but unfortunately was not able to do it. There you see Corey Jones, 63, still rolling out here, trying to make something happen. They go through the hairpin, 5 to go. Questenberry has the lead, and his next victim actually would be Nicholas Olazia. And I guarantee you, he's not smiling here tonight. It's Jones. Here comes Barletta. Check him out right there. You saw him kind of spin the tires a little bit coming out of that hairpin. Both of them trying to stand on the gas coming through there, try to go through the gears, stand on the gas, get all they could. They almost spun the tires, and both of them almost spun out coming out of the hairpin, coming back to the line. But Barletta able to hold it straight enough, be able to take hold of that 4th spot.
Yeah, the 63, just you could see as he came out of the hairpin, just got really, really wiggly in the back of that truck and had to just lift off the throttle, and that was enough. The 31 able to just kind of keep his foot in it and was able to make an easy pass around coming into turn 1. So give him P4, and now it's 2 seconds up the road to Dan Tuma for that podium position, and Jones is now trying to play catch up as he's dropped about 1.5 seconds to Barletta, and so we'll see if he's got anything left in those tires and able to make a charge here in the final 4 laps and get back up there and challenge Barletta and Dan Tuma for that final podium position.
Yeah, we'll see if he can make it work, see if he can get on up here. There is Dan Tuma working his way around Barletta right there, trying to charge on him. And Barletta, that last lap, he wasn't really lighting the world on fire. Dan Tuma wasn't neither. We'll see what kind of the lap time is. Questenberry is actually kind of slowed down. If anything, running 120.5s. Melton ran a 120.0. Dan Tuma ran a 120.9. Barletta 120.6. So Melton now the fast 4. He's pretty much the fastest right now by 0.5 second. But Barletta, Dan Tuma, they wasn't really letting anything on fire. Corey Jones, 63, got to slide up a little bit. Might open the door, but he's got a pretty good gap between him and Kenny Rayner. So no harm, no foul. Might be able to hold on to the top 5. There's Barletta. There's Dan Tuma. This is the position to come up here and talk to us when this thing's all said and done. Charles, I don't know if it's just me. I don't know. You may have the same feeling, but it seems to me like every time we get down to the nitty-gritty, that damn podium spot for P3 is the hardest fought position just because they want to go up there and holler at us and talk to their sponsors. It blows my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I think more of giving some sponsor recognition than talking to us. But you see the 57 there trying to hang on to that spot, moving around the 3 lap down truck there of Olazia, and 57 makes his way through there on the inside of the hairpin. So that gives him a little bit of a rear gunner there for the 3 playing unintentional blocker here as the 31 is going to try and make his way through, and probably not the best place on the track. You would want to try and make a pass on a lap down truck here through 2, 3, and 4. So we'll see how easy this is going to be and how easy Olazia is going to make it for the 31 here as they work their way over the hill through 3A. And as we see the 31, a little squirrely there, trying to get on the binders and able to hang on there through turn 4. And he'll probably be looking his way, trying to get through here on the inside into the hairpin, and he's going to take a wide line around, not going to be able to get that done, so he'll be looking at that last corner there to try and make that move. He obviously wants to get back up there and challenge Dan Tuma. Still about a second and a half or so between those two trucks, so he's definitely want to try and get past his 3 as quickly as he possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, that big-time battle right here, they're trying to make it work. Questenberry actually has already made the 2 laps to go, so he's still got to come back around to hit the white flag lap. These old boys still sitting here trying to roll with what they got, and still trying to race and everything. Olacia able to get out of the way, so Questenberry's still coming around. He's still trying to get to the white flag lap, so these old boys, there you see Questenberry coming through the back and coming down to take the white flag. So Barletta and Dan Tuma, that race is not over yet. They are still going to be battling for that 3rd spot. And Charles, I know they may be talking about the sponsorship, but I think he might want to come up here and holler at us as well. I mean, hell, who wouldn't want to get interviewed? Here we go, white flag, bell lap. Questenberry has been putting it on them here tonight. And literally, I mean, just absolutely putting the woodshed on them. Look like you got a microphone right there on the bottom of it, and even got it on the side of the damn truck. Motor Mouth broadcasted. Trevor Questenberry, final lap here tonight at Sonoma.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a good run there. Got a little deep, got a little shallow there. I think he's let off and maybe thrown his timing off a little bit of rhythm disruption there. So he works his way around the 75. Take that spot over, lap the 75, lap the field up through P6. That's how dominant Questenberry has been tonight, as just had a fantastic race, untouched, 50-second gap over P2, and you see him just working his way through the final few corners here. He's going to work his way down the back stretch here for the final time through the hairpin, and he's going to be looking at that checkered flag when he comes around.
Yeah, here he comes, working his way around to the hairpinner. Trevor Questenberry. Get his name right, y'all. 99. He gonna drift a little bit coming off of the last corner. Why not? Trevor Questenberry gonna try to drift it coming to the line. 99 is number 1 here tonight at Sonoma. Questenberry gets the win. Melton is gonna, odds are, come home second unless something crazy happens with him, as he is still back there. Dan Tuma and Barletta, they're still battling back there for the 3rd spot. Here's Dan Tuma. There's Barletta. Melton with a big gap between them, about 10 seconds. So unless he screws up, he should be in the 2nd spot and be able to talk to his sponsors. Here comes Barletta. Dan Tuma gets sideways. Now here's Robbie Adams. He's going to hold him up. This might be a hell of a battle to finish it off here tonight for round 3 of Flamin' Karma Racing League. Dan Tuma up in front. Barletta trying to make the charge. He looks to the outside. Dan Tuma is going to be on the inside. May try to pull the crossover. He locks it up on the right front. Not going to be able to do it. Mark Dan Tuma is going to get 3rd. Hot damn, Charles. That's how you finish it.
That is how you finish it. Great race there. And yeah, the 8 just kind of was in the wrong place at the wrong time there, as got involved in that battle for P3. I think that Barletta might have had a good run through the S's there, but unfortunately the 8 there as well. But a great run there from both those drivers. Dan Tuma doing exactly what he needed to do, using the 8 maybe as a little bit of a blocker there on the outside, and holding off that spot. And then Barletta with a charge down into the hairpin, locking the tires up just a little bit, and that was enough to allow Dan Tuma to get that final podium position. Great run from that top 3. Barletta with a great run coming from the back of the field, from a pit start to the start of the race, all the way back up to P4, and the 99 starting to light them up.
Yeah, he is going to light them up. He tried to light them up coming through the hairpin. He actually done a damn good job of it, because if I would have done that, I would have wrecked the truck. So I've got to give him props on that, to be able to pull that off and make it work. Trevor Questenberry, I've watched this kid drive in other leagues, and he is that damn good. I will say that. So these other boys that are in the Flaming Karma Racing League might want to take notice for this 99. He might not pass Tech now, does, because he just knocked the whole back end of the truck off, pulling a little Jimmy Johnson, cracking the back end of the truck. Why not? But Quisenberry's still going to burn it down, and he's going to be very much celebrating this one for quite some time. Quisenberry gets the win, still burning it down, and with Motormouth broadcasting on the side of it, I got a feeling he's going to be giving us a good old-fashioned shout-out when this thing's all said and done.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right.
Is he burning it down backwards?
Yeah, it kind of looks that way.
He is. He blew the engine. It popped right there at the end. I watched it. The engine blew. He blew it up. How about that? That's how you finish right there. If you got to burn it down, yeah.
Give the mechanic something to do this week before the next race.
Why not? Have no problem with it. Trevor Quisenberry gets the win here tonight. 30 laps for 59 miles. We'll just call it like that, or call it as we see it. 2 green flag lead changes between 2 different drivers. 0 cautions. Obviously a goose egg for the cautions. 0 total laps. Hard charger was Dan Tuma. He was able to hold off a hard-charging Barletta to get the spot, and he will finish in the 3rd spot, up 9 spots. Quisenberry gets the triples once again. Most laps led, fastest lap. He got the pole. After 30 laps, he leads 29 of them. Trevor Quisenberry getting the win. Chris Melton will come home 2nd. Mark Dantuma will come home with a 3rd. We'll talk to those drivers here in just a little bit. Harley Barletta will get 4th with Corey Jones 5th. Kenny Rayner gets 6th. Michael Whiting will get 7th. Matthew Radford will get 8th. Nicholas Olazia will get 9th. And Robbie Adams will finish in 10th. Jason Chrisma, Ed Kimmel, Bradley Berry, Albie Hewins, the 14 drivers here tonight for round 3 of the Flaming Karma Doubleheader Truck Series. Well, let's see if we can slide these old boys up here and see if we can have a little bit of a chat with them. I'm still trying to see if I can slide some of these guys. I can't slide up. Some of them I can't. I don't know. I don't understand that. I can't slide them guys up. Here we go. Close enough. We'll get Dan Tuma right here to start it off with. Mark, buddy, you get 3rd here tonight. I got to ask, because that right there, the highlight of the night was you and Barletta going back and forth. Looked like I didn't know who the hell was going to get it, but you got 3rd. Congratulations on the run. Tell us about that battle right there coming to the line.
Yeah, it was a little interesting. That lap car kind of held us both up and kind of bunched us right together. And he drove it in there into the hairpin, but I was able to hold it down on the bottom and get off the corner good.
Charles.
Yeah, I was kind of curious as we were talking about the tire usage here. Coming up to the end of the race, there, you had to be kind of worried about maybe the tires just giving up. Was it as difficult as I kind of assumed it would be? Obviously, Sonoma, a pretty difficult track just on its own. But then when you've got a NASCAR race truck that likes to chew up those rear tires, I've imagined it was a little sketchy there on the last few laps.
Yeah, it was definitely eating the rear tires. The fronts were great. I probably could have run the whole race with the same front tires, but I wanted like 5 sets of rear tires put on there if I could have gotten away with it. But yeah, the Navy Joe Coffee Company Dodge Ram was just hauling anchor out there, so it was kind of nice working through the field. Wish that lap car could have gotten out a little earlier. It would have been a little more interesting with Harley, but it was a heck of a battle.
Hauling anchor. I have never heard that one, but I love it. That is absolutely fantastic. That is good stuff. That's damn good promoting right there, too. I don't know if he's got that on the back of his truck or not. If he doesn't, Mark, if you ain't got that on the back of your truck, you really need to have that on there, hauling anchor. Damn if he doesn't, right there, right behind the number. I saw it right there. Perfect. I was sitting there saying, if that ain't on the truck, that right there is great promotion. Mark, buddy, congratulations on the podium here tonight. Appreciate your time. You got any sponsors, any shout outs you want to thank? I got a feeling I know where else you're going with it.
Yeah, well, obviously Navy Joe Coffee Company, Flaming Karma Racing for the paint scheme, Holmes and Wisely PC. So that's pretty much covers it. Oh, sorry, got a brand new one now. Premier Power Washing of West Michigan. So
Great stuff out of that. Always got to thank the sponsors. Mark Dantuma comes home with the P3 hard charger of the night as well, up 9 spots. Mark, buddy, congratulations on the finish. Appreciate your time. We'll see you at Martinsville Short Track Paperclip. We'll see you there next week.
All right. Thank you, guys.
That was Mark Dantoma comes home with the P3 here tonight, able to battle it out right there with Harley Barletta and get that P3 spot. We'll see if we can slide him on down. And looking for Chris Melton, nowhere to be found. Cannot find Chris Melton, so no Melton. But we do have the one man right here, the man of the hour. Trevor Questenberry comes home with a win here tonight. Trevor, buddy, I mean, was it fun? I mean, damn. I mean, was it fun? I gotta ask. I mean, seriously. I mean, up front, you lead 29 of the 30 laps. You just come out there and just basically put a whooping on them. We saw something like that in the ARCA race, but we didn't expect anything like this in the trucks. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. I didn't expect to do this, but I heard a lot of talk about the 30 truck, and I was expecting to see a battle today, but yeah, I got a win with Motor Mouth Broadcasting on the side, so that was pretty cool.
Charles, go ahead, because I actually got a question on this one as well, but I think I know where Charles is going to go with it. So
no, I don't know. I'm just going to ask Trevor. It's like, how much road racing do you do outside of, I guess maybe your NASCAR racing that you do? Do you do some other series out there and get a little more road course experience?
Not really, actually. I've raced GT3 a few times, and I do the Miatas every now and then, but other than that, I pretty much do NASCAR when they go to it, but that's about it.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Well, if he's not going to ask it, I will. Who the hell was in the 30? Because we heard about the 30 truck. We both heard about the 30 truck. We heard about it. Gerald talked about it. No 30 truck. I didn't see the 30 out here the whole time. So who was supposed to be in this 30 truck, Trevor? Because I'm very, very curious.
I don't know. I think it said Jeffrey Oaks or something, but I'm not sure. I was looking forward to having a battle, though. Yeah, I looked up in the Discord. That's all I really seen. I didn't know who it was.
That was not who I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be somebody else who has raced for Gerald Poole with Flaming Karma Racing. I really thought it was going to be somebody else. But hey, take it and run with it. That's what I'd be doing, young man. You end up getting a win here tonight, putting a whooping on them, taking them to school. Trevor, buddy, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time. Got any sponsors, any shout-outs you want to thank?
Yep, I got the sponsor on my truck, Motor Mouth Broadcasting, the league owner, Gerald, Flaming Karma, Sunday night. I've never seen a double header league before, so it's super cool to run it. And finally winning it. I know Daytona didn't have that good of a race, but we got to win.
You got him a win here tonight at Sonoma. We'll see if he can make it 2 in a row when we get to the Paperclip next week at Martinsville. Trevor, buddy, congratulations on the win. Appreciate your time. We'll see you next week.
Thank you. I got to do my homework.
You got to go do the homework. We'll see what happens. I will say this, that young man is young. And when I mean young, I mean like he's at school. He took them to school, and now he's got to go to school tomorrow. I've called some races. He's a good one, and he's one of them that we're going to have to be watching out for a long, long time here on the service. Well, Charles, buddy, final takes. Your final take on the night, man. I mean, what a race. Sonoma, a lot of people go, it's a road course, damn wide, everything. I just can't drive on them. But every time I watch a race here, for some reason or another, it always turns out to be a wild, wild finish. Your take, buddy. I mean, it was a blast, at least in my seat.
I mean, if you're just complaining about road course racing, talk to NASCAR. They've been running road courses for 40 years. So I mean, it's not anything that we haven't seen before. This is a perennial racetrack that NASCAR runs, as well as Watkins, and it was fantastic racing tonight. Say what you will, but this is a difficult track, even by road course standards. This is tough, and these drivers did a great job. And Quisenberry just make it look easy tonight. So yeah, go get your homework done. Go tell all the friends tomorrow you won your race here at Sonoma last night, and just in dominant fashion. And so congrats to him and everybody else. It was really good racing. Great battles there. We've got some really skilled drivers, and there's a lot of drivers that are pretty equal on skill level. So I think that makes for some really good racing down the road here as we get back into the ovals. Martinsville is just a different animal as well. That's you're basically trying to drive inside of a bowl of soup, and so it's going to be fun to watch those trucks do battle next week.
Yeah, it will be an interesting sight to kind of see what's going to happen. Obviously, when we get there next week, it will be a fun one, to say the least. Martinsville, obviously, it's always usually where the beef happens.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see what happens when all that ends up popping off when that happens. I mean, road course racing, baby, it is what it is. I mean, it's road courses. I'm a redneck. I'm not real big on the road courses unless you try to haul moonshine and try to get away from the cops when you go on left and right. But other than that, that's beside the point. Congratulations to the winners. What a race. It was good stuff. And can't wait to see what's going to happen next week. But folks, that is going to do it for this race here on, or for this, I guess you could say, production here on Motormouth Broadcasting. Got to thank, all our great sponsors. We talked about a couple of them earlier. Obviously, Navy Joe Coffee. Go check them out on the website. Charles, you was talking about it as well. NavyJoe.coffee. Enter that one in. www.navyjoe.coffee. Go check it out. I've done a little bit of research on it myself. Pretty good stuff, obviously, and with the Navy and with the military and everything. Obviously, some good stuff as well. And can't forget about the other sponsor. We talked about it as well. Alloy Wheel Repair Specialists of the Upstate in Greenville, South Carolina. Thank you very much for what they do. And, thank you very much for their sponsorship and everything. Roasted Record, Digital Race Engineer, Flaming Karma Paints. I mean, just so many great sponsors that keeps this league rolling. So thank you very much to all the sponsors. The drivers, hell of a show, fantastic stuff as always. Fans, y'all come out big numbers supporting this great league, supporting this great channel, and obviously Gerald Poole for allowing us to come in here, be ourselves, entertain you, the fans. Jim Cunningham, the big man, the boss man here on Motormouth Broadcasting, allowing us to come in here, be ourselves, entertain you guys, the fans as well. If you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe to Motormouth Broadcasting. For our great producer, the Miss Lovely Miss Omet, and obviously for my co-announcer tonight, Mr. Charles Beauchelle, I'm the redneck announcer, Jake Reeves. Said as I always say, be safe, be kind, be fast. Sonoma in the rearview mirror. Now we're getting back to ovals, but we're going to be short track racing. Beef will happen. And I don't mean just on the track. I mean the hot dog beef will happen as well at Martinsville. Same time, same channel, Motormouth Broadcasting, where legends are created one corner at a time. We will see you there. Oh, baby, I got a feeling we will get beefy when we get to Martinsville next week. God bless y'all. We'll see y'all next week.